tremendous amount of skaters lacking. They were down a bunch of forwards all weekend. There was a team victory in both games. 2-1. They scored a goal early in the second, early in the third period. Mike Polaski scored a goal early in that period. You know, high with that number of times they score a goal. Not just for the first couple of seconds. It's a good period. Mike Polaski got that last game. He got the game there in the third. Saturday night, they're up 4-1. 18 minutes and 9 seconds left. A couple of goals by the Flames through about a minute and a half. Brought the game back to 4-3. And that's something that we're not allowed to have today. We may see them get out to a big lead like that. They may be up a few in their period. They really did let Liberty come back into that game. But Jimmy Thomas, the rest of the podcast, defense, and everyone able to take care, slam with the work all the way to the 43 win. Game probably closer than they could have been. Doing that period. Well, yeah, he has been huge. The ability, you can start him out there game after game. You got to ride the hot hand, rather. Showing no signs of fatigue, like you mentioned. This is his 10th consecutive start. Really done everything the Bobcats have asked of him and more. Sometimes he doesn't face a lot of shots. Sometimes he makes 15, 20 shots a game. Not, 30 or 40. But he stops the puck when it matters. He stops the puck. He's presented with the opportunities. We talked to Sean all season about how important it is to him. Thomas in that last line of defense. He says it's absolutely huge in all conversations. He says he hates when they give us those odd-man rushes, those breakaways, but when he do, he knows Jimmy Thomas is going to bail him out. And so far he has, almost all the time.
Talking about how the Bobcats are Jimmy Thomas seeing more shots than he should.
Yeah, no lackadaisicalness from Jimmy. Like we said, not used to facing that high number of shots, but maybe he prefers to face that high number of shots. I don't know. I have to ask him that. No matter how many shots you throw out, no matter from where they're coming from on the ice, Jimmy Thomas is a great goalie. This is a great ability to move laterally, stop pucks. We've seen him make some ridiculous saves here at Bird Arena this season when he's been called upon, but your goalie's your best line of defense, but the Bobcats' defense has done a good job. Give them a lot of credit, too, of not letting Jimmy Thomas face a lot of good scoring opportunities consistently.
Yeah, that has been led up front by guys like Jake Fryola, Jake Houston, Grant Hazel, and guys like Sean Bayard and Nick Gross that have been inserted to the lineup this year.
Yeah.
They have been pivotal
Yeah, there you
in
go.
the Bobcats' defensive front in front of Jimmy Thomas. But as we look forward to tonight, it is You Can Play weekend here as Bobcats take on the Davenport Panthers. We kind of want to briefly recap what it is that the Bobcats and the Panthers are teaming up to do with You Can Play.
Teaming up to celebrate that everyone, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your sexual orientation is, anything like that, you can play hockey. Hockey's a great game. My favorite sport, probably yours too. Would you agree?
I love hockey.
Hockey's a great game. We want everyone to play it. Center. Delphine Batista does great work over there for them. Really a weekend of inclusion here at Ohio University. We want to send a message that no matter who you are welcome to play the game of hockey, no matter where you come from. Just a great message all around. Some of the players have rainbow stick tape tonight in honor of You Can Play weekend. Just a great cause all around, Shane. Don't you agree?
There's going to be an opening puck ceremony too, which will be nice to see. But as Coach Hogan put it so nicely, if you can play, you can play. And that's what's going on here this weekend. Good to be special stuff. It's also November. That would explain why Ethan and I are rocking the mustaches here tonight, supporting men's mental
You're
health
a little behind.
awareness. I know. I'm only a couple days in.
You're just pretty filthy.
You had yours going for the Halloween costume.
I did.
So you got to give me a
this
break.
beard for over a month.
I'll catch up.
So I could have this mustache for this month, for this broadcast, but your mustache is appropriately filthy.
I don't know if you guys can tell. It's coming
it's
in.
There. It's
We'll
there.
see.
It is there. True.
We will see.
It's true.
How it kind of builds over the next month. And we'll have to compare at the end of November. But as we look forward to tonight, the Bobcats moving in with a couple different lines here, a couple different forwards out of the lineup for the Bobcats, including Matt Rudin, who is suffering still from that knee injury, hasn't played since October 20th. So they're going to do some shuffling. Up front tonight, Garrett Elmore takes the first line left wing position. Centering the line is Brian Lubin as usual, but Gabe Lampron moves to the right line.
Yeah, Gabe Lampron taking over in a spot where we saw Timmy Turneau last weekend. I don't think that's as much of a demotion demotion for Tano as it is, a promotion for Gabe Lampron. Gabe Lampron's been around the net all year, has great size. Saw him hit a ton of posts last weekend. Eventually did get a goal, but Gabe Lampron playing some good hockey, certainly getting rewarded, playing with Brian Lubin, who's been a great playmaker, is near the top of this team in plus minus. Brian Lubin having himself a great year, going to get a chance to play with some different guys.
Yeah, Garrett Elmore got off to a really hot start. Hasn't scored in his last 4 games. Coach Hogan putting him up in the first line, see if they can reignite that big forward, number 20, for the Bobcats. On the second line, Mike Pulisic, Gianni Evangelista, and Kyle Craddock. We saw Kyle Craddock get in the mix last weekend. He has looked very good for the Bobcats as he's getting some increased playing time up on the first line a couple weekends ago. Down there on the second tonight with Gianni Evangelista and Mike Pulisic, who had 2 goals and an assist last weekend against the Flames. Who do you like on that second line to kind of lead the way, and what are you expecting from the top 6 for the Bobcats?
I don't think I can pick one of those guys. I like them all, Shane. Kyle Craddock has stepped onto this campus, has been looking like he's been here for a couple of years. I mean, he's done everything that Sean Hogan and the rest of his coaching staff has asked of him. Kyle Craddock, one of those guys who crashes the net quite often. Mike Pulisic stepping up, scoring a ton of goals this year. Had a game winner last weekend. I think he has 5 on the season.
5 goals on the year for Mike Pulisic. Special stuff.
Yeah, Mike Pulisic's having himself a great year, a banner year at Ohio University. And Evangelista, I mean, you guys already know the story with him. Great shot, great power play presence, great scoring presence, tremendous skill. One of those guys who's not afraid to dangle.
Yeah, 18 points, leads the team for number 7. He has really been the be-all to end-all for the Bobcats. But as we look forward to that third line, Tyler Harkins on the left side, Cody Black centers, and Timmy Tourneau on the right. Cody Black hasn't gotten a goal this year. He has 12 career goals as a Bobcat. Ethan, what do we need to see from Cody Black tonight as he tries to pot his first of the 2017-2018 season?
It's kind of that Jake Houston curse, right? Where this guy's around net all the time, having great scoring opportunities, and then we saw him finally get one last weekend. I don't think Cody Black necessarily needs to change anything in his game at all. He's been around the net all year. Might be the fastest skater that Ohio has. He's a great skater, has 4 assists on the year. Is a guy who is more than adequate when passing the puck, distributing the puck. I don't think Cody Black has to change his game a whole lot at all, honestly.
Yeah, he has really solidified that third line, especially with these guys out of the lineup and a couple lineup subtractions for Coach Hogan. He has steadied everything down on the bottom forward unit. But as we look to the rest of the forwards, Drew Crandall, Zach Frank will round out the fourth line, if you will. They might jump in with some other guys as the night moves forward. Drew Crandall had an assist last weekend. Zach Frank, a little bit uncharacteristic, couldn't really get too many things done. Finishes as a -2. But looking forward to this weekend, what do you expect out of those two? We saw some really good defensive play from that pair, and Zach Frank did a really nice job a couple weekends ago winning all those faceoffs on the bottom line for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I expect Zach Frank to continue to win faceoffs at that high percentage as we've seen him do earlier this season, just his first year on the campus of Ohio University. That line is going to get a lot of playing time, right? Ohio only going with 11 forwards tonight. Matt Rudin out. They have some other guys that left the team. They're lacking skaters right now. They'll be getting Tom Bacordi back on the back end here soon. But those guys are going to play a lot. I expect short shifts tonight. Only have 11 forwards. Go with a 7 defenseman. I would expect maybe Garrett Jenkins. He's a 7th defenseman tonight. We're seeing Tom Evans on that third line. I would expect to see maybe Garrett Jenkins step up there too.
Yeah, Garrett Jenkins hasn't been up in the lineup for a while. Nice to see him back in for the Bobcats. He will play that 7th defensive position as he looks to ease his way back into play and looks to continue to contribute for the Bobcats. Up front on the defensive pairing, Nick Gross and Jake Houston. We've seen them together at points this year. 2 very slick skaters. What do you think Coach Hogan's doing here with these 2 guys?
I think he's continuing to employ that strategy that we've seen the last couple of weekends here at Bird Arena, and that is take shots from the blue line, from the point. Gross and Houston are guys with great shots. Nick Gross, another guy who I want to compliment on his skating ability. Really smart skater, really makes really good decisions, good pass to the puck. Jake Houston, a very skilled offensive defenseman, sees the lanes, gets the puck there, whether that be a pass or a shot. So I expect a lot of offensive presence out of that first line. But at the same time, those guys are no slouches on the defensive end too. But those guys love throwing the body around, breaking up plays.
Yeah, Jake Houston is having a great year. He finally got off the schneid and scored that big overtime goal against Stony Brook. I think that is really going to propel him moving forward. That was a big moment for the Bobcats as they beat the Seawolves in front of the Bird Arena faithful. But the second line pairing, this is going to be a really, speaking of fun ones, this is going to be a real fun one. Sean Bayard and Grant Hazel, 2 of the biggest hitting Bobcats, are going to be playing together with force, if you will, for Coach Hogan tonight.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried looking over my shoulder right now.
I think this is going to be rocking up here.
These guys are going to hit people. Grant Hazel, we know his ability to drill people. Saw it all last year. Has a powerful slap shot. I bet you if he shot the puck as hard as he could, he could get it going up over 100. A big physical body, hasn't got the goals going, has the assists. But Sean Baird, man, he stepped on this campus a short time. It's one of those guys, you love him if you're on your team, if he's on your team rather, but you hate him if you're going against him. Sean Baird is exactly that guy. Sean Baird, a great physical player as well. Obviously not the size that Hazel has, but Sean Baird, expect him to be physical, maybe draw some penalty minutes, quite honestly.
Yeah, we saw him score last weekend against Liberty, too. This is a guy who also has an offensive touch. I know we went to practice on Monday, and they were working on some defensive play, moving that transition over to the other side of the ice, and he was looking really slick. I think Sean Baird's going to come out and have another big weekend here.
He's really growing into his game.
Yeah, he has really matured, if you would, for the Bobcats over the course of the season, and I expect more of the same from him tonight.
And I think that says a lot about this coaching staff. You know, the culture they build around this program.
Dan Bremner has really instilled kind of that defensive mindset for the Bobcats. I think he has really leaded these guys into not becoming complacent and to make sure they're checking themselves and being responsible with their sticks for their teammates. Really special stuff that he has been able to implement. And same with Michael Harris with the forwards. They're looking really good. As they continue to mature, we're going to see that power play come together a little bit more, and we're going to see the Bobcats continue to click with their forward unit.
Everyone is truly a two-way player out there. We're not just saying that, literally everyone can play both offensively and defensively for Ohio.
Pretty special stuff.
Yeah.
But as we round up that defensive unit, as we mentioned, Garrett Jenkins will be the 7th defensive tonight. In front of him, Tom Evans and Jake Fiala round out the Bobcats' defensive pairings. Tommy Evans has saw increased play this year. He has responded well to it. Jake Fiala, obviously the senior captain for the Bobcats, one of the biggest on the ice and off the ice leaders for this team. Him on the third line with Tommy Evans, something we haven't seen before. Oh, T-Rex is back.
Yeah.
The Bird Arena T-Rex is back, folks.
T-Rex.
Well, more of that later on, but as we look forward to this,
we
back
were
to the
distracted by
broadcast.
prehistoric animals.
Sorry, folks. But as we look forward to this, Jake Fiala, speaking of animals, on the third line is going to be a special guy to look out for. He is a big bruiser for the Bobcats and somebody who can score, too. We saw him with that beautiful shorthanded goal a couple weekends ago against UNLV.
Yeah, Jake Fiala is the consummate professional on this Ohio Bobcats team. The captain, he's a senior. He's been here for a number of years. Everything you want out of a defenseman, the ability to hit hard, very responsible, at the same time not afraid to jump into the play. Very offensively talented, very defensively talented. Gotta love what you see out of Jake. And Tom Evans, he's stepping into his game too. We saw him scoring 3 points the last time we were here calling games at Bird Arena. That could be a line where I could see some points coming from.
Yeah, Tom Evans has looked like he has developed some more confidence with the puck too. He's not afraid to shoot it. Earlier in his career, he was more of a passer. Now he's taking the shot with authority. So I like to see that. But as we round out the goaltending unit, like we mentioned, Jimmy Thomas making his 11th straight start tonight for the Bobcats. 8-2-1 entering action, looking to improve upon that. 201 goals against average and .913 save percentage. Mason Coster will back him up. Jackson Chilbrook also dressing for the Bobcats. So if they deal with any injuries, they're going to have plenty of help there in the back end.
Not one emergency goalie, but 2 emergency goalies. Sorry to anyone here at Bird Arena who thought they were going to maybe get the call tonight. 2 goalies there for Sean Hogan.
When we come back, we will preview the Davenport Panthers lineup and get you set with more coverage here on the Bobcat Hockey pregame show presented by ABW. Welcome back here to Byrne Arena. Bobcats taking on the Davenport Panthers in about 10 minutes. Ethan, as we look forward to Davenport tonight, 4-5 coming into action. Only 27 goals on the year. What is going on with their offense? Why aren't they finding their scoring touch?
Well, they're a more than competent team. They're 4 up and 5 down. They're not, your John Carrolls of the world that Ohio's going to come in here and run over, probably. But they've played some tough teams. They've played Lindenwood, who we saw, and then they've played Adrian, who's one of the powerhouses of the ACHA. So
yeah, Adrian's killing it this year.
Yeah, so it's more of a factor of the strength of schedule. They're a decent team. It might be a close game, but they've struggled when they've been tested this year, Shane.
Yeah, and they've also lost 2 of their top 3-point getters from last year, Chris Eckler and Jordan Simmons, graduating and moving on. Alex Holford still with the team, led the team with 46 points last year on 25 goals. He will be somebody that the Bobcats will have to look out for in the lineup tonight, the big left winger, number 89. I want to talk about him a little bit, Ethan.
Yeah, he's going to be around the net all night, a very skilled player, a great shot, one of the players who the Bobcats, quite honestly, are going to have to be physical with, get him off his game. Another guy like that is Everett Thompson. Everett Thompson is a very skilled passer. Leads this team, has 7 assists, Shane. The Bobcats are going to have to do a good job, like they always do, of getting in the passing lanes and blocking shots when the puck is on Everett Thompson's stick. Yeah,
like Alex Holford hasn't scored yet this year. He was going to be looking to finally get that off his back, and the Bobcats will have to watch out for that. As we mentioned, they have 27 goals on the year. They've given up 33. That's a -6 goal differential. When we look to the Bobcats differential, it's a +26. So if you on that stat alone, you would like to think that the Bobcats will have the favorable matchup tonight, but that doesn't always tell the entire story, Ethan.
No, it certainly doesn't. Davenport, like we've said, they've been in some tough games. They played Eastern Michigan last week and blew them out. When they are playing teams that, are on their competition level, they are blowing them out. Like I said, this is no slouch. Davenport's a proud hockey team. They're going to come in here, give Ohio their best shot. We've seen Ohio, play down to their competition, start slow at times this year, get behind. Heck, it took them, until the third period last weekend against Liberty to pull ahead in one of those games. So Ohio's going to have to start fast, be physical, get Davenport off their game, wear them down, establish themselves in their zone, play that formulaic style of hockey that we're so accustomed to seeing them play if they want to pull away here from the Panthers.
Yeah, and in net for the Panthers, they've got a trio of guys who they go to. Jason Reinold has gotten 4 starts this year, Nate Ferris with 5, and Tanner Swift with 2. Don't know who they're going to go with tonight, but Reinold, a guy from Toronto, Canada, which is a fun little fact there. Has
it is. It's a fun one.
927 save percentage on the year, 2-1 with a 269 goals against. He has been the best goalie for the Panthers. We'd like to think that they're probably going to go with him, but for the Bobcats, what do they need to do to get the puck behind the net? A team that has given up a decent amount of goals this year.
I think you got to start fast. Ohio has struggled to start fast. We saw last weekend, or 2 weekends ago rather, they would often, give up goals. They would struggle to be in games. They would give up goals quickly. They got to start fast. They can't get behind. If they do get behind, they just have to keep going. This is a team Ohio's going to have to employ a lot of shots, Shane. We need to see them get to their 40, 50, 60 shot mark. I think that to really throw that goalie off his game.
And we will see what will happen here. Everybody is on the ice. Pre-game ceremony is about to get underway. We are going to take it down to ice level for the start of the announcement of the starting lineups and the national anthem.
University hockey team and Dad's Weekend. Be sure to stop by the Public House Restaurant for delicious local food and 30 Jackie O's beers on draft, located uptown at 22 West Union Street. Jackie O's is a short trip from Bird Arena. Our friends at Jackie O's say, go Bobcats. And now we invite you to direct your attention to the south end of the arena for the play of the national anthem.
Who's ready for some hockey? You ready for this, Ethan? It's going to be a great night. Fans are in the stands. It is packed here at Bird Arena.
Yeah, it is a big weekend at Bird Arena, and that is in large part because it is Dad's Weekend. There is a strong odor of hockey gear, Old Spice, and Brute deodorants here in the arena, Shane.
And T-Rex is in attendance. He's waving around a hockey stick, lumbering through the stands. It's going to be a special atmosphere here at Bird Arena as the Bobcats take on the Davenport Panthers, coming in at 9-2-1 on the season after a big weekend sweep last weekend against the Liberty Flames. The Bobcats looking to continue the good times and keep them rolling out here. To start things off for Ohio, Gabe Lampron, Cody Black, and Garrett Elmore. Grant Hazel and Sean Baird on the back end. Jimmy Thomas in net. Everybody is at center ice, and we are just about set to get underway here. Davenport wins the opening faceoff to start action, and we have hockey at Bird Arena. Puck is batted out of the air by Sean Baird, moved ahead to center ice, and picked up by Halford. On back to his defense, and up ahead once more to number 16. That looks to be Chris Corrigan. He had missed his shot wide, and the Bobcats pick it up at the hash, up for Gabe Lampron, and back now to Garrett Elmore at the blue line, and no further as he dumps it in, picked up by Halford, and back go the Panthers. Skating ahead with it now is number 89. He flickers one off the stick of Grant Hazel, and it is played by Nick Gross behind Jimmy Thomas's back end. Grant Hazel loses the puck at his stick as it is picked up by the Panthers, out of the zone and played on by Davenport.
Just about a minute into this game, you can tell Davenport is ready to play, controlling the puck here early.
Bobcats lose it in transition. There's Mike Palasic, gets back to cover on defense. The Panthers up ahead with it now. That is Tyler Plug up with the puck, played on out of the zone and into the Bobcats' end. Stolen by Mike Palasic at his own blue line, up ahead for Evangelisti, and into the zone come the Bobcats. Craddock with it on his stick, taps it to Evangelisti, almost buries it, and the net is off its moors. We will get a whistle out in front of the crease. A beautiful attempt there by Kyle Craddock. Nice pass up ahead to Gianni Evangelisti.
I know we don't really talk about how Ohio has one single scoring line, but if they did, I think that would be it. Palasic there, getting a great play started. Evangelisti, Craddock playing catch. Almost a goal. Just 18:42 left in this game.
Sherman
First
Mowry,
period, that is.
loses the faceoff to Brian Lubin. Number 10 takes it up ahead and goes behind the net with it. Played on up ahead to Jenkins. Number 29 back to Lubin. Shot there, blocked by the Panthers and off to the boards. Out of the zone now, and the Bobcats will take it at center ice. Circling with it is Jenkins, and he will bank one off of the neutral zone boarding, and it will be played on by the Panthers now. In the corner and out of the zone with it now is the Bobcats. Chase on ahead. Jenkins, backhand attempt over to Evans. He will not be able to catch up with it. Timmy Turneau does, but he gets sandwiched there by number 22, Everett Thompson, the leading point scorer thus far for the Panthers. Shot on and saved by Jimmy Thomas off to the side now as the Bobcats look to avoid pressure out in front. Played up ahead by Oberon and into the netting for a save and a whistle.
Shane, tonight's officials are head by referee Gordon Mitchell, linesman Max Prekta, and linesman Corey Lemaski.
As always, we hope they call a clean game here at Bird Arena. Number 22, Everett Thompson, now lining up in the face-off dot against Zach Frank. Thompson wins it back to Oron. And played on, shot by Halford. Quick attempt there. Number 89 cannot get much on it as Jimmy Thomas kicks it away to the corner, and the Bobcats have it now. Drew Crandall looks the puck out of the zone, and back to center ice it goes before the Panthers dump it back in once more. Hazel circles and wheels the other way with the puck. And the Bobcats, with a series of plays off the board, get the puck back out to the neutral zone before Everett Thompson takes it back in. Leaves the shot for Corrigan. Nice kick save there by Thomas. And the Bobcats avoid what would be another deficit here at Bird Arena. We've seen that a couple times early in the season.
Yeah, Everett Thompson, a great passer there as we get a stoppage in play. Leads his team with 7 assists. We talked about that going into the game. You can see why he does on that play right there. Great pass.
Yeah, Chris Corrigan with an even better shot there. Jimmy Thomas really had to stretch to make that save, but he was up for the challenge for the Bobcats. Now out is that Black, Elmore, and Lampron line. We saw Brian Lubin listed as the first-line center, but it looks as though Cody Black will get those reps early on here against the Panthers.
Gotta hope nothing's wrong with Brian Cody Black out there. Still looking for his first goal, like we alluded to in the pregame show. Looks like we might have a rough patch on the ice right now. Ice is getting a little better, so weather cools off here at Bird Arena, but certainly have to make sure that the ice is up to
Jimmy Thomas is going to lose out on some water there as they took his bottle over to the corner. Hopefully he doesn't see too much action there and get too thirsty.
Yeah, Corey Lemaski doing a good job taking care of that there. He's just going to pat it out with the puck in his hand. Good thing we have hands. Dogs don't have hands. Good thing we have hands with thumbs.
That is what makes us special, folks. We do have appendages with which we can use. It is good stuff, and that's what allows these boys to play hockey. They do it better than most.
Certainly better than us.
Out here now are the Cats. Puck at the hash and up ahead. Stopped there by Cody Black. He leaves one for Lampron. Shot by Lampron and buried on the rebound by Garrett Elmore. And number 20 gets off the schneid. His first point in 5 games now. Gives the Bobcats ahead, Ethan. Really good stuff there as they got shots to the net and they buried their own garbage. 1-0 lead here early on against the Davenport Panthers just 3 minutes into the contest.
And that goal can't start unless you win the face-off there. Cody Black wins that face-off. A puck thrown on net. Garrett Elmore. Shooter's got to shoot. Garrett Elmore lets one go. Rebound in the slot. Garbage goal, but they all look the same. It's 1-0 Ohio here.
We talked about Cody Black's influence on the Bobcats lineup. He moves up and is an immediate contributor on the first line, getting an assist on that first goal. We will get a whistle now as a couple guys took a tumble in the corner. Looks as though we may have a man or two go into the box. Goodlock talking with the rest now as Houston lines up with him. We'll see what's going to go on here. We have a guy skating toward the sin bin. That is number 26, Joey Ogden, heading to the penalty box. Corey Lemaski.
I believe it's going to be hooking, Shane.
Hooking penalty, 2 minutes on the board, and the Bobcats will go to the power play now, Ethan. We've seen them struggle on this so far in the early season. They will get an early crack at it as Sean Bayard possesses the puck at the point over to Houston. Back low to Evangelisti, and he tried to pass one up to Houston. The two could not connect. They'll have to take it back out.
This is a good power play defensive pair I like out there. Bayard and Houston, I like that.
Lampron meagerly dumps the puck ahead. It comes back out all the way to the top to Houston, over to Bayard. Centers one in the slot for Lubin. Backhand up to Evangelisti. Nice passing by the Bobcats. Over to Houston. Shot there by Bayard. And the Bobcats working that puck around the zone, keeping the Panthers on their toes, Ethan.
Yeah, a couple of nice shooting lanes there that they passed up for probably the best shooting lane possible by Bayard. That one-timer shot, we saw them working on that at practice quite a bit this week.
And with 30 seconds gone on the power, the Bobcats still have 1:30 to work with here. This would be big if they can get up 2-0 in the early go, and they have the puck off the faceoff win. Shot on the one-timer by Jake Houston off of the leg there. And we have the puck in the corner once more as the Bobcats up ahead. Sean Bayard over across the ice to Evangelisti. Now with a sick pass there to the slot. Lubin has his shot blocked and out of the zone. Go the Panthers. Skating on is Sean Bassage, and he will beat Houston to the puck. Poked it up, but it is stolen by Evangelisti, and the Bobcats will possess it once more. Into the zone now is Houston. He skates with it and deliberates. Lose the puck at his stick to Oren. And Oran cannot get much on it as he fans once, twice in the corner. Picked off there by Pulisic. And the Bobcats with possession now as Gross moves up top. Over to Kyle Craddock. Centers one again for Gross. Shot by Gross. He nips and he scores. And oh my, that was Gross by Nick Gross.
And Gross hit the post there. He clanged that one in. What a well-aimed shot by Nick Gross, just cleanly beating the Davenport goaltender there. It's 2-0 Ohio. Davenport's got to get something going.
Sick, gross, disgusting, whatever you want to call that. It was nasty.
A plethora of adjectives you can use to describe that goal.
That was an absolute snipe by number 13. And with that goal, Nick Gross registers his first Gino as a Bobcat. That is a big storyline there. Nick Gross finally gets rewarded for his solid play.
It's a special one. Brian Lubin just tossed the puck on the bench there. You know they'll be keeping that one. Might be worth something someday. You never know.
Brian Lubin now at center ice waiting to take the faceoff. We talked about the Bobcats getting out to that big 2-0 lead in the early going. They finally do it on the power play too, Ethan. Something that we see them struggle on. Able to get a goal with the man advantage to get off the schneid and put their team ahead. Fan attempt there by Hazel. Sean Baird wore one as a slapper enters the puck back into the Bobcats zone. Lubin almost with the outstretched stick caught up to that puck. He will skate it back to the corner and leave it behind the net for the Bobcats to chase on. Tyler Leo up against the boards with Timmy Turneau now. And Turneau will win that battle behind the net for Harkins. Tried to leave one out front for Lubin. The two could not connect. And Sean Baird wrecks his man against the board as Joe Hodgson takes a shot. It is blocked by Grant Hazel and skated ahead out of the zone. Hazel left one for the other man wearing 3 tonight, Tyler Plug. And the Panthers cannot connect. They will receive an icing on that play. 14:25 left in the first, 2-0 Bobcats.
Shane getting word now that the first goal was obviously scored by Garrett Elmore with assist from Cody Black and Gabe Lampron. That is Elmore from Black and Lampron on the first goal. And the second goal just recently, Nick Gross with that delicious goal, assisted by Mike Pulisic. Gross from Pulisic.
If you're an Ohio fan, you like the start the Bobcats have come out with so far. They have the puck down low once more as Cody Black walks out with it. He will leave it for Garrett Elmore, and it'll be centered for Lampron. He almost got that puck on the stick, ended up fanning on it, and the Bobcats will have to regroup here. Lampron chunks one ahead, and Black meets his man in the corner. That was number 77, Alex Fonseca. Picked up by Black, shot by number 18, and save made by Davenport. We will have a whistle.
You know, just 6 minutes and 7 seconds into this game, but Davenport really needs to get something going there. They don't appear to have much of a sense of urgency. This is the classic example of how Ohio gets ahead of teams and outscores teams.
Bobcats win the face-off, and Tommy Evans banks one off the boards, played on there by Leo over to his defensive partner before Ohio strips him of the puck. That is Drew Crandall down low, fighting with Tyler Harkins, picked up by number 22, and left at the blue line for Evans. Shot there by Tommy Evans. Might have nicked something on the way through. Over to the corner now, and played on by Chris Corkin behind the net for one of his partners. And it looks as though that is Everett Thompson now, who has the puck out of the zone and into Jimmy Thomas's neighborhood.
13:15 remaining here in the first period. Ohio out front 2 right now. Davenport has to get something going. Like I was saying during that last stoppage in play, this is how Ohio gets ahead of teams and really wipes teams out of games. Davenport had a chance there to break out of the zone, but not really a strong sense of urgency, Shane.
One on by Davenport. That is Guidelock now with the puck sandwiched up against the boards by Kyle Craddock. The two fighting on as Gianni Evangelisti comes to help out for the Bobcats. Everett Thompson in there for the Panthers. And the puck is still behind the net now as the battle continues. Finally skated out of the zone by Thompson, and he will lose it to Mike Pulisic, a guy who scored 2 goals last weekend for the Bobcats, 5 on the season. He has been a difference maker for Ohio. The Panthers in the zone now, shot through the slot. Corrigan is denied by Jimmy Thomas, a big save by number 30. That puck trickles back into the Bobcats' end, riding along the boards as Nick Gross will take it and leave some time and space behind the net, off his man, and out the other way with it. Sauced one through the neutral zone. That was some nice Alfredo. Cannot connect with his man. And Davenport will take the puck once more. Bassett leaves it low for Nick Rose. Swept along the boards behind Jimmy Thomas and played on by the Panthers. Now with it is Bassett again. He receives pressure from Wiesgerber. And Harkins takes it through the neutral zone. Played by Evangelisti. Cross crease pass over to Mike Palasic around the zone. And a good effort by number 28. Could not get that puck below the dots before Davenport takes it and goes the other way with it.
Baird throwing a huge hit there on that last shift, left his feet a little bit.
Grant Hazel now with the puck at his feet. Takes a hit from Ian Thompson. And the Bobcats out in front now, kicked away by Sean Bayard. Swept on by Towson and kicked to the corner for Grant Hazel. He leaves it ahead. And the Bobcats now with 2 men up front, Harkins and Lubin. Harkins with a move through the zone, loses the puck before Davenport takes it and gets a change of a couple bodies.
Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan encouraging his players there, Harkins and Lubin, to shoot on that last shift. That is a scoring chance. We'd like to see them come away with at least a shot, Shane.
Blue strip to the puck by Cody Black, and the Bobcats come the other way with it now. Driving the net is Timmy Tourneau, and a shot by Black off the blocker of Reinold. And back behind the net once more. Loss in the netting, and we will get a whistle. 10:58 remaining in the first period. Ohio with a 2-0 lead. Thanks to goals by the Bobcats in the early going, a couple in the first 3 minutes. A power play goal at that too. That's something that we've seen Ohio work on early on.
Yeah, Nick Gross getting that goal there. Ohio up 2 right now, just the start they were looking for, Shane.
With the puck once more as Lampron skirts it ahead to Garrett Jenkins. Back down low for Lampron as a couple bodies collide in the corner. Shot by Jenkins. Wide right. Skated along the ice there. And back behind the net. Elmore will pressure on. Jenkins pinches down and leaves that puck in the corner for Cody Black to play. Tommy Evans employing the pinch on the other side. Gets it low again. Cody Black skating, and he falls to his feet as Davenport takes a big hit by Lampron. And a couple guys will head to the bench for the Bobcats as Davenport now ahead with it. A stretch, and now we will have an odd man advantage as Taylor Leo picks the pocket of Jimmy Thomas, pops the water bottle, and cuts this deficit in half. What an absolute snipe.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal. Ohio got caught on a sloppy line change there, almost got back in time, but 4 guys way too deep in the zone. Davenport makes them pay for it. 2-1 Bobcats.
Tyler Leo, a beautiful shot. A beautiful shot. Cuts this lead in half, and 10:15 left. 2-1 Bobcats. Shot 7-2-4 ahead in favor of Ohio, but Davenport showing that they can make difference-making plays and they can utilize their speed to catch the Bobcats.
Yeah, they looked a little sluggish, a little discouraged after going down 2. That was exactly what they needed. Great goal there by Lale. Great skill gate finish. Very well-aimed shot and a better finish.
We'll see how Ohio can respond now as they have the puck skating through the neutral zone. Is Timmy Tourneau, loses it to competition, and it will be swallowed by Reinold for a whistle. This is never an easy matchup. Davenport last played Ohio in 2014. The two teams split a weekend series in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Davenport has a storied history of success as an ACHA program. Ohio will have its hands full this weekend if they do not take things lightly there. And that was Halford skating down the way, almost sending one toward Jimmy Thomas as he rubs off the assistant captain for the Panthers after the whistle. 25 goals last year for Halford. He almost showcased why he was so lethal for the Panthers.
Yeah, good scoring opportunity there by Davenport. Thankfully for Ohio, that puck flies out of play. Getting word now that the Davenport goal, obviously scored by Tyler Lale, was assisted by Tyler Plug. It's Lale from Plug, making it 2-1.
Well, there you have it, folks. Davenport tried to get that shot off the face-off. The Bobcats were able to step up and take away that lane. Now they have the puck out of the zone. Is Kyle Craddock. He is tied up with Halford, and we will have a penalty as the ref throws his hand up. The Bobcats will go to the power play as Craddock in the corner with it. Receives pressure there from the Panthers. Tyler Lale, will touch the puck for the whistle. Looks as though it's going to be a hooking play that we saw in the neutral zone as Kyle Craddock tried to come through.
Yeah, just got tied up there at the red line. We've seen goals come in bunches for Ohio at times this year. Sometimes they end up running away with games. Hopefully we can see the same kind of thing happen with this power play unit. I know they were struggling coming into this game, but Nick Gross got one earlier. Hopefully they can get another right through this power play special team ship.
Alex Holford, the guilty man for the Panthers. 2 minutes in the box. Ohio on its second power play. Opportunity of the night, scored on the first. We'll try to make it 2 for 2 here as they look to extend their lead to 2 goals once more. Brian Lubin in the corner with it, and he will move it along to the other side for Gianni Evangelesti. Played back down for Lampron, back ahead to Evangelesti, and up top to Jake Houston. Over to Evangelesti for a one-time attempt. Centered by Gabe Lampron on the rebound. That puck behind the net goes between the skates of Obran, and the Bobcats will take it once more at the top of the zone. Baird centers over to Houston. Evangelesti cross ice to Baird once more, loses the puck in his stick, and he will have to regroup as he comes up ahead over the circle and passes one to Houston. Evangelesti, and we will have a whistle here, a premature whistle as Baird exchanges a few words with Hodgson. I don't know what that was all about. Is we're going to see a penalty here as Sean Baird gets escorted away. What was that? Are they going to argue that the puck came out of the zone?
I know the Davenport bench was arguing for a screen there.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Hockey's a very interesting sport.
I didn't see the puck come out of the zone. I'm trying to.
No, I think it was a screen. I think they might have called Gabe Lampron for a screen there, an illegal screen in the crease.
All right, folks. Well, a face-off will keep this game going on. 8:30 remaining in the contest in the first period. Grant Hazel with the puck out of the zone. Goes the big body defenseman for the Bobcats, and we will get an offside this time as Ohio enters the zone prematurely.
Yeah, Grant Hazel wanting to jump up in the rush there. Not everyone on the same page as Grant Hazel was behind the play there with the puck. Face-off upcoming outside of the Ohio zone. Looks like Kyle Craddock's going to take this face-off. Not a guy who we see in the face-off dot a ton.
Number 8 lines up and loses the draw to Mowry. It'll come back into the Bobcat zone. Nick Gross over to Grant Hazel and back to Gross. The Bobcats exit once more. Crunch still on the boards is Craddock, but he posted ahead to Pulisic. Number 28 skates behind the net of Reinhold. Leaves it up top for Hazel. It is back over to Pulisic. Back to Hazel. Shot by number 3 is blocked out in front by Mowry, and he's feeling that one. He's favoring his right leg as he heads to the bench.
Yeah, it takes a strong person to block a Grant Hazel shot, even though that was not of the slap variety.
Hazel now on with it again now as he passes it, entering the zone. 2 Evangelesti centered one, 2 Harkins. Got down to one knee, got all of his body behind that one. Still couldn't get it on net as it banks off the boards and comes back out to Jimmy Thomas's neighborhood.
Yeah, great scoring opportunity there. Harkins right where he needed to be. They play set up to perfection. Houston now breaks in the zone.
Houston eluding it. Defenders as he skates through the zone. Dilly-dallies around a couple guys, including Modaf, and banks one off his glove as he settles it and leaves it up for Nick Gross. Poked down by 13, played on by Holford, who comes out of the box. Davenport kills off that power play. Number 89 out here again for the Panthers. Their leading scorer last year. We'll see if they go to him once more as he leaves the zone and enters the neutral zone. Here come the Panthers once more. Settled by Thomas and wrapped around the boards for Elmore to play. He will kick it ahead to center ice. Guide lock, banks one but doesn't get it very far. Elmore takes it and a whistle blows the play dead. 6:48 remaining in the first period. Shots 8-5 in favor of the Bobcats.
Looks like we've got a penalty upcoming here for Ohio, Shane. Looks like it's going to be a cross-check on Sean Baird. Bobcats go right back to the box.
14 will take a penalty, and the Panthers will head to the power play. That is Sean Baird's 5th penalty of the season. Not too undisciplined there, but
yeah, spot you really don't want to see Ohio ending up in the box, Shane.
We'll see what the Panthers can do with it. As we mentioned, they've had some trouble scoring goals this year. You don't want to give them any more than they already don't have, but we'll see as the Bobcats now are in their own zone trying to get this puck out. Poking it ahead is Kyle Craddock. Swept ahead to the crease and played on by Nick Gross. He loses it behind the net to Everett Thompson. Johnny Evangelisti finally takes it and skates it ahead with authority. Craddock may be going off sides there, and they will catch number 8.
Yeah, Kyle Craddock was very offsides on that play. Ohio had, a good chance, a good rush there, shorthanded. Maybe Evangelisti electing to play it a little close to the vest and just hold on to that puck and eat some time off that penalty kill.
The Bobcats will elect Brian Lubin, Timmy Turneau, Tommy Evans, and Jake Houston to defend the net in front of Jimmy Thomas. Brian Lubin loses the face-off to Ian Thompson, and the Panthers will start now with it. They will take it back and try to break out of the zone. Played on ahead to Halford, and he will skate into the Bobcats territory. Corrigan skates down low and receives the puck first. He will bank it off the boards. Tyler Lale loses his stick as he tries to block that puck from leaving the zone.
Just about exactly a minute left in this penalty kill for Ohio. They've done a good job at limiting scoring opportunities so far. Here comes one, maybe.
Nice stretch pass ahead. Picked up at the blue line by Weisgerber, but they could not do much with it. Back out of the zone it comes for Lale to play on. Over to Halford right now, number 89, with authority through the zone. Wiggles around Cody Black, played on by Jenkins, and they can't get that puck very far as Weisgerber skates through a couple guys in the slot and banks one off Jimmy Thomas. Saved through traffic as Thomas, he is sprawling as he's trying to get back to the net. That puck back out in front as Davenport possessing in Ohio's zone. 20 seconds left on this power play. And the Bobcats looking to stave off this man advantage for the Panthers. Finally get it back out, and they will receive a couple of nice cheers from the crowd as they look to kill off the last 8 seconds of this power play.
A capacity crowd we should not neglect to mention too, Shane. Packed house here at Bird Arena for Dad's Weekend.
For sure the biggest crowd this season.
Absolutely.
By far, it is a nice aesthetic to fill this place up. And with 1 second left on the power play, this is about as good as gone for the Bobcats. The penalty kill will make things even again as they lead 2-1 with 4:50 left in the first period. Zach Frank out here for the faceoff. Drew Crandall will accompany him on the right side. The Bobcats with the win will kill off the power play, and Sean Barry will head back on the defense as he collects the puck behind Jimmy Thomas. Skates right to the ice for a factor here as Gabe Lampron gets that puck out of the zone and moves it along. Pover banks it off the backboards and is played on by Grant Hazel. Left for Sean Bayard and up ahead to Drew Crandall. Out of the zone by Zach Frank. Picked up by Bussing, but not before Crandall could interrupt the play and get it even deeper for the Bobcats.
Davenport doing a good job of weathering the storm right now. Really skating with Ohio, playing an even hockey game in my opinion.
Sam Bassage launched the puck to the Bobcats, and Jake Fiala will dump it back in to the Panthers zone. Picked up by the Panthers, and they will skate out of trouble here as the Bobcats have it at the top of the blue line now, even in further as O'Brien picks up the puck. Leaves it for Thompson. Number 14 will circle and skate with authority into the Bobcats end. Around Gross and off the backboards for his partner on the other side. That was Bassage who left it low. And that will flutter all the way out of the zone for Ohio. Out of play there as that puck came over the heads of a couple of people in the stands.
I thought that puck was coming up into our broadcast booth for a moment, Shane. That was near us.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last probably either.
Probably not.
3:24 remaining in the first period. Ohio with a 2-1 lead. Brian Lubin out here for the Bobcats. He had a goal last weekend, his 11th point of the season, a plus 14. He has been instrumental for Ohio this year, and he will win the faceoff to Tyler Harkins. Around Lale. 5'8" forward for the Bobcats is a thorn in the side of the Panthers as he collects the puck out of the zone and moves it up ahead. Finally, do the Panthers get it out? Jake Houston over to the other side of the ice. Thompson meanders around a couple men and regroups in his own zone. Kicked off the skate back to his stick, and he'll stop and deliberate.
Setting the play up.
Fluttered ahead, stolen out of midair by Turneau. He'll go the other way with it. Receives a big body hit from Thompson as he entered the zone. That'll rattle him off the puck and off the glass goes the biscuit into Jimmy Thomas's zone, played on by Tommy Evans, and banked up ahead, left for Houston. And he will try to outwill Chris Corrigan. He will do just that as he goes around a couple guys. Oran, another victim of number 11's puck left for Lampron. He'll sweep one toward Reinold and back off the boards for Cody Black. Down low is the Bobcats junior forward, number 18, receiving pressure from Guidelock around the board end. As Gabe Lampron comes in to help, he will get the puck ahead to the hash and no further. Tommy Evans flutters one from the blue line, and it banks on the back end.
Ohio really hasn't been able to set up any sustained pressure on the forecheck in their offensive zone this period. Hopefully that changes as the game moves on here, Shane.
Elmer now with it, collects it at his feet, and he tumbles to the ice. No penalty on the play as Davenport gets out. A nice spinorama move there. Could have been a beautiful pass. We were going to see a tripping penalty potentially. Waved off by the refs.
Ohio got a break there.
Garrett Elmore with speed the other way now. Number 20, who scored early tonight, almost got a shot off there. It was blocked by the Panthers. And the red and black will take it now as Modaf cannot get much on it. He leaves one off the shoulder of Frank. The Bobcats almost out in front as Drew Crandall is tied up along the crease. Reinold was watching closely there as that puck comes back out to Bayard, bounces over his stick, and is left at the red line for the Bobcats to play.
I'm sure Sean's got to be a little frustrated. That's 2 pucks now he's had jump right over his stick this period in prime scoring areas, Shane.
In the final minute of play here as Tyler Harkins skates ahead with the puck. Tried to dilly-dally around a couple guys, cannot do it successfully. Drew Crandall at the bottom of the circle at the end of the zone for the Bobcats. Takes one to the net, and we have a logjam out in front. Looks as though Rhino saves that puck for another whistle. 46 and a half remaining here with the Bobcats up 2-1.
We've seen both teams employ a strategy of getting a lot of traffic in front of their respective goaltenders in this game. Something we haven't seen a lot of this arena this year at Science Bird Arena, especially on the Bobcats. So we haven't seen Jimmy Thomas face a lot of screens this year.
No, we haven't. And for the Bobcats, you love it if it is the other way around and you're the one who's able to do that effectively, and they have been at Bird Arena, especially this year, scoring a lot of goals at home, 35 of their 51 coming in the friendly confines. But Davenport has it now. Thompson with the shot, stymied by Jimmy Thomas as that puck sweeps to the corner and is played on by Thompson. He leaves one for one of his partners. That would be Weisgerber, but the Panthers lose the puck, and out come the Bobcats now with 4 men, and we have an advantage here. Gianni Evangelesti had a shot swept wide right of Reinold, and with 8 seconds left, the puck out of the zone. The Bobcats will take it into the locker room, up 2-1 here after 20 minutes of play. Shots 9-6 in favor of Ohio after the opening frame. We saw some beautiful goals. We saw Ohio get nitty and gritty, get down low, and pick up the garbage. We saw them give up a goal right after that too. So a little bit of everything.
It's been an issue this year for Ohio, hasn't it? They, get their goal, they go up 2, then they immediately give up a goal. This isn't just something that's been happening this game. After that Gross goal, it's a beautiful goal, just seeing puck that found its way through traffic. Nick Gross's first goal in green and white. Congratulations to Nick. They saved that puck. Great stuff. Mike Plastic's got the assist there. But yeah, like you were saying, Shane, they tend to give up a goal right after that. They can't afford to do that. They got their fast start, but we talked about them playing a full 60 minutes. It's not something I saw here in the first period. They're where they want to be right now. They're up 2. They could be up more. They're up 1, a 2-1 lead. They've been playing good hockey. They've been playing great hockey. They haven't been able to establish themselves, in the zone like we're used to seeing them get. They're not getting a high quantity of shots like we're used to seeing them get. 9's not a bad quantity of shots. We're used to seeing a higher quantity here at Bird Arena. Lale and Plog getting that assist on that last goal. Davenport's right in it,
Yeah, 2-1 at the end of 1. And the Bobcats, like we mentioned, getting out to an early 2-0 lead thanks to goals by Garrett Elmore, his first point in 4 games. Nice to see him get back on the score column for the Bobcats. Nick Gross to his first, as we mentioned, just an absolute snipe from the point.
That was a beautiful goal.
A beautiful shot, a shooter shot, if you will.
Shooters do have to shoot. If we've learned one thing after all these years about shooters, it is that they have to shoot. Shane.
I did get an inside scoop from a friend the other day that it is indeed shooter season coming up here, Ethan.
Is it really?
I did.
We'll have to be look out for that. Shooters
will
and
update
dads.
you guys It's shooter season, it's dad season. It's a great weekend here at Bird Arena. After 20 minutes of play, and Ohio's up 2-1. An early power play goal for the Bobcats too on Grosses there. That was something that we talked about in recent weeks. Ohio needed to get back to a grittier effort on the power play, and they did distribute the puck very, very well. They kept Davenport on their toes, and they get rewarded for it. I think that was another talking point that needs to be addressed a little further. Yeah. I like what, even on the second opportunity, they didn't score, but it looked good. The passing has been crisp. I think Coach Hogan's unit is really coming together here.
Yeah, we've seen them struggle, in the beginning of the series. Last time we were calling games here 2 weekends ago, they were moving the puck better on the power play. They were finding some good opportunities. They were finding some good areas. They're moving the puck extremely well tonight, in my opinion, on the power play. They're moving it all over the ice. They might have, been overpassing there at a moment, but they did get that one power play goal. Hopefully, like I said, they start coming in bunches for Ohio. This is a team, they give out a lot of penalties. They take a lot of penalty minutes, but they also, draw a lot of penalties. This is also a team that gets a fair amount of power play goals. This team can operate the power play 15-20%. That's going to make a tremendous difference for them, make winning games, just putting up a high number of goals much easier for them. Shane.
Yeah, it definitely will. And as you look at the other side, they were on the penalty kill once. We're able to kill that off. That has looked good for the Bobcats. I think the defensive effort has been there for Coach Hogan's group. We looked at a lot of neutral zone play between the two sides in the first period. You mentioned how the Bobcats were a little bit sloppy there. I think they had a couple opportunities, to get the puck ahead, and they kind of faltered there in the first period. As we look forward to the second, I think they need to clean up their action through that neutral zone. But if you're trying to assess what Davenport was doing well, they caught the Bobcats off guard on changes. You saw those stretch passes coming out of the defensive zone up ahead, those two-line passes that are so effective. That first goal for Lale was exactly on that play. We saw Holford almost get a goal on a similar effort. I think Ohio needs to be quicker off the bench. They got to be cognizant of the fact that they're looking out for that stretch pass when they are trying to catch the Bobcats sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad change for Ohio, right? It's an easy fix, just, be more crisp with your changes. But give Davenport a lot of credit, too. I mean, Lale, that was a hell of a shot and a great pass by Plug to, find
Jimmy Thomas's water bottle.
Yeah, I mean, that was a seeing eyes shot. We talk about the gross snipe. Let's not take anything away from Lale. I mean, that was an absolutely beautiful shot. It was moving, popped the water bottle, like you said. And it's a skill play that has Davenport only down a goal, certainly right in the thick of this game, Shane.
Yep, anything could happen here at Bird Arena.
You never know what's going to happen.
As we have seen evidence over the last few weekends and over this year, it is always a fun time here in Athens, Ohio. When we come back, we will have more intermission coverage as Ohio takes a 2-1 lead into the second against the Davenport Panthers. after 20 minutes here at Bird Arena, Ohio with a 2-1 lead. Ethan, we saw goals by Garrett Elmore and Nick Gross for the Bobcats in the early going, getting out to an early 2-0 lead. One of them a power play goal, that would be Nick Gross's. Good start for the Bobcats, end up giving up a goal immediately after, it seems. 2-1 as we enter the second. What did you like from Ohio in the first period?
Well, I thought, they started out a little bit slow, but once they, got into the game, 3 or 4 minutes into the game, I liked their pace. They picked it up. Eventually, they were clogging up the neutral zone. You'd like to see them, be on the other end of that, break out of the neutral zone, win that neutral zone battle. I thought they were doing a good job of getting people in front of the net, in front of the Davenport net. We obviously saw Garrett Elmore's goal, a nice juicy rebound. Nick Gross's goal was a seeing eye shot through traffic, probably due to traffic in front of the net. But I like their pace. I like their ability to screen the goaltender. But conversely, they are struggling to break out of the neutral zone quickly, break out of the neutral zone effectively. They're limiting Davenport from doing that. But Davenport's also doing a good job of getting screens in front of Jimmy Thomas. This is something that Jimmy Thomas hasn't seen a lot of, at least this time here at Ohio University. Maybe on other levels of hockey he's seen it. But Ohio needs to clear up the middle of the ice on the other end. They need to force the scoring opportunities from Davenport out towards the wings, outside of the face-off dots.
Yeah, Jimmy Thomas has put a brick wall down low, but we've seen him become a little susceptible to that high shot. That's how Lale beat him in the first period. Halford almost beat him with a similar shot as we progress there. A point of emphasis moving forward. We'll see whether Davenport aims to elect to shoot high on Thomas or whether the Bobcats are able to kind of keep that pressure away from JT.
Yeah, I think Davenport has to have more of a sense of urgency, too. They did catch Ohio on that one change that led to a goal, but they have had some skaters behind the Ohio defense with good, odd man rush opportunities, and they haven't really been able get out in front of those. So I think they got to start improving their passes. Everett Thompson leads his team in assists. He had a couple of good passes here in the first period. He's someone to keep an eye on moving forward if you're a Davenport Panthers fan.
And speaking of assists for the Bobcats, Cody Black gets an apple. So does Gabe Lampron. Mike Palasic gets the only assist on the second goal by Nick Gross. We talked about Cody Black in the pregame, what he meant to this team. Nice to see him get on the board. And Gabe Lampron on the first line also contributing in the early going. That top 6 unit for Ohio continues to click.
Yeah, Cody Black, one of those guys who will do whatever they ask him to. Getting an assist there in the first period, but man, the Evangelesti and Harkins line, there's a lot of skill out there. Evangelesti, Harkins, Palasic is a very skilled line. I look for this line to be a part of some good scoring chances. Maybe some goals, who knows? Let's watch and find out. Still got 40 minutes left of hockey.
Yep, we are going to take you down to the ice now as play is about to get underway in the second period here. Both teams getting ready to start. Davenport coming out of the locker room as we speak. Ohio meeting up at the bench now, going over their strategy as they look to limit the Panthers' chances moving forward. And the fans hollering and hooting over here. It's getting pretty loud in here.
Yeah, Jake, the PA announcer, God, we love him. He just had a very cool announcement here at Oscience Bird Arena. And the first time of its 60-year history, Oscience Bird Arena has sold out. There's no more people allowed in this building because there is no more room, folks. Oscience Bird Arena is sold out. Thank you to all those great fans here in attendance and those watching at home. Ohio hockey, truly a staple of the Athens community.
This is what makes buildings like this so special, when you're able to get everybody packed in here like sardines. Out here rooting on this team, it gets loud in here very quickly, and you can physically feel it rocking when they're jumping and hollering and having a good time. So if Ohio can continue its winning ways here tonight, this is going to get exciting.
Yeah, Davenport, to add on to that, going to have to come out, start fast, take the crowd out of the game. They're definitely going to be a big part of the game. It is loud in here, like you alluded to.
Ohio wins the faceoff to start the second period, but it is Davenport who will charge through the neutral zone and go the other way with it. Alex Holford tried to leave one out for Everett Thompson, the captain for the Panthers. Will pick that puck up at the hash from our end. And number 55, the defenseman for the Panthers, loses it at the blue line through the neutral zone. Go the Bobcats. Finally, before it is dumped back in, Jimmy Thomas settles for Grant Hazel.
Grant Hazel, a couple of big hits there in the first period, a couple of shots. We've seen him use the slap shot less this year. That's something I would like to see him do more.
Hazel settles one for Evangelesi, and through the neutral zone goes number 7. Sauces one up ahead and banks it behind Rhino, left long for the Bobcats, and out in front was Evangelesi. Almost came in and got his own rebound. A beautiful attempt by number 7, and an even better save by Rhino keeps this game at 1 as Lubin receives the pass and tried to transition through the neutral zone. He loses it at the blue line.
Yeah, back to that last scoring opportunity by Evangelesi. Plastics was just going off the ice in a line change. Happened to have the puck, center the puck. You never know what's going to happen, Shane. Evangelesi right there, great scoring opportunity for Ohio.
And the sophomore forward leads the team in points with 18, trying to get back on the score sheet tonight and put his team ahead 3-1. Bobcats counter out now with Brian Lubin down low. That is receiving help from Nick Gross, number 13, number 11, Jake Houston. Both defensemen packed behind the goal line. And Tyler Harkins up in front, takes the puck and skates it ahead. Brian Lubin swats it one on the backhand, gets it low and heads to the bench. Cody Black replaces him on the ice for Coach Hogan. Tourneau at the blue line, stripped by Plug and feathered in behind the net by the Panthers. That was Mowry who lost the puck at his stick. Up the other way goes Jake Houston, and he sauces through a couple guys. Centers one for Lampron's shot. Tried to get a glove on it, was Reinhold. He bats it out of the air, but the rebound comes all the way back behind Jimmy Thomas, and we'll get an icing.
Tremendous patience by Houston there to just wait with that puck, look for the best scoring opportunity rather than just put it on net or, try and force a pass. Houston, a very patient player, very skilled offensive player. We're really seeing him have a great year for Ohio, Shane.
Jake Houston with 28 points last year. He's got 36 points, 45 career games as a Bobcat. That is some special stuff on the back end, especially. Almost a point per game for the sophomore defenseman, and all ACHA rookie last year, coming out and backing it up again this year.
Would not be surprised if his name is all over the record books here at Ohio University by the time we're done with him. Or he's done with us, I should say, rather.
We'll never get over Jake Houston. Don't mistake it, folks. Garrett Elmore picks the puck off at the top of the slot. He almost rips a shot, but it is blocked by the Panthers. Through traffic now, and Garrett Jenkins loses it at the blue line. He'll have to retreat as Elmore picks it up and has it batted off his stick by Mowry. Slapped in by Guidelock. Squeezed by Jimmy Thomas in left for the Bobcats. Up ahead now is Lampron. Circles through the zone and back behind the net of Reinhold. Leaves one for Frank. Shot by Frank down low. Kicked out of the crease. Elmore almost got a stick on it. It'll come back to the corner now for number 20. And he'll send one up top to Tommy Evans, who directs one through traffic back down low once more. Frank off his man. That is Guidelock. But he loses the puck to the captain, Everett Thompson. And he will skate through the zone. Number 22 tried to take one to the slot, but it was stripped by Timmy Tourneau. Thompson flooded one on the backhand. Picked out of midair by Jimmy Thomas for the save. 16:30 remaining in the second period. Score still 2-1 in favor of the Cats.
Yeah, that was good puck pursuit there on that last shift by Everett Thompson. He was going after the puck, controlled it a couple of times there in that shift, just bearing through the Bobcats defense, ultimately leading to a face-off for them in front of Jimmy Thomas.
Thompson loses the face-off to the Bobcats, and Sean Baird with the puck at his stick moves it ahead to Timmy Tourneau, finally out of the zone, and the Panthers chase on as Modaf takes the puck at his stick. We will get an icing here. Face off out to the left of Jimmy Thomas. Actually, they're going to signal it'll go to the right of Jimmy Thomas.
To the right of Jimmy Thomas. Directions are hard. They are.
Speaking of cardinal directions, Ethan, we cover some MAC football. We watched a couple teams face off this week. Central Michigan with a big win over Western Michigan, but the Bobcats get a big win over Miami, their biggest rival too. MAC football heating up as they take on Toledo next week.
You just love to see that. Northern Illinois, Toledo, a close game, 27-17. The Rockets were able to prevail on that one too.
Exciting stuff in Bobcat land as Grant Hazel loses the puck on a turnover, and Everett Thompson makes him pay for it. You gotta have that one back if you're Grant Hazel. He is shaking his head as he comes to the bench. The leading point getter for the Panthers buries a stolen puck at the bottom of the zone from Grant Hazel. behind Jimmy Thomas. This game is knotted up at 2 here.
Yeah.
Just a head scratcher for the Bobcats.
Yeah, frustrating goal. Very uncharacteristic play there by the Bobcats defenseman Grant Hazel, but it's going to be tied now. Ohio has to be frustrated with the goals they've let up tonight. One on a line change, one on a bad turnover. But give a lot of credit to Everett Thompson there. An absolutely outstanding puck move. Absolutely great finish there by Thompson.
And just like that, the Bobcats' early 2-0 lead is evaporated. We'll see how they respond after the goal is scored against them. Everett Thompson will get his 3rd of the season. Davenport now with the puck in the Bobcat zone. Left for Jake Houston to play. And he will scuttle through a couple men. Leave one for Gross up ahead for Evangelisti. Nice series of passes. And the Bobcats have a 3-on-2 rush through the zone here. Evangelisti down low. Can't get a stick on the puck. Whacked at there by the Panthers. And at the board is Evangelisti trying to direct one back for the Bobcats centered. And Pulisic is the man in the net now. We'll have an arm up and a penalty coming to the Panthers as Thompson touches the puck. Ohio heading to the power play for the 3rd time tonight, 1 for 2 on the man advantage thus far. It looks as though the guilty party will be number 55 for the Panthers. That is Walker Oran heading to the box.
Walker Oran going off for a hook there. Ohio going on the power play here. Before we get to this Ohio power play, though, that last Davenport goal scored by Everett Thompson, obviously unassisted there off the turnover. Everett Thompson, the goal is unassisted, his 3rd of the season.
Bobcats on the power play now. Shot off the one-timer. Blocked in the slot by a Panther defender. He's got to be feeling that one. That ripper by Jake Houston. And the Bobcats with pressure now as Harkins moves down low to the slot. Picked! And Houston! We have a solution. Number 11 buries the biscuit in the back of the net, and the Bobcats take a 3-2 lead here at Bird Arena. Their 2nd power play goal of the night, set up perfectly by Harkins and Evangelisti on the right hash. Move it back up top for Houston. He does not waste his opportunity. The Bobcats defenseman with a crucial goal, his 3rd of the season, puts Ohio back ahead here 3-2. 5 minutes into the 2nd period.
Oh, you get the sense that there's going to be a lot of goals here tonight, Shane. Houston buries one right there. Great scoring opportunity. Great shot from Houston. Man, can't say enough about him and his offensive pedigree the last couple weeks here at Osai and Seabird.
An absolutely lethal weapon on the back end for the Bobcats. Jake Houston burning the Panthers here tonight with a power play goal to put Ohio up 3-2 in the 2nd period. An absolutely crucial goal as Ohio did not want to surrender this lead.
No, definitely not. And this is where Davenport and the other teams Ohio's played with have responded right back. Davenport already did it once in this game. Ohio has to prevent a goal here. A quick goal, that is, in the next 1 or 2 minutes by Davenport.
Baird turns off his man and goes the other way with it. The Bobcats do lose the puck at the middle of the circle to the left of Jimmy Thomas. They will repossess it once more as Tourneau banks it off the boards and centers one through the neutral zone to Tyler Harkins. Batted out and taken on by number 22. Left for Cody Black. Shot by number 18 right into the logo of Reinold for the save. He will squeeze it between his pads. 13:58 remaining in the 2nd period. Shots now 15-8 in favor of Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio's starting to creep ahead here in the shot clock by nearly double the shots, 15-8, like you mentioned there, Shane. That last power play goal coming from Jake Houston was assisted by Harkins and Evangelisti. Houston from Harkins and Evangelisti.
Elmore with a quick shot right off the faceoff. Did not get that one to the net. And the puck will come back out of the zone for Jimmy Thomas to play on. He'll settle it. And Corgan beats his man to the puck. That was number 5, Tommy Evans. Almost another bad break for the Bobcats. Crisis averted as they get the puck back up to the top of the zone. Swatted back in by the Panthers and played on by number 5, Tom Evans, out of the zone once more. Cody Black skating in, and he will stop along the boards. Loses the puck to Corgan. Played on by Guidelock behind the net. Pressured by the Bobcats. That is Jenkins down low. Centered by Lampron. Nobody was out front. And Leo will whisk one all the way back down for Thomas. Nice poke by 30 to get that puck away from the Panthers. number 89, Alex Hulford.
Another good play by Frank there to jar the puck loose. Another nice poke, but Davenport still has it.
Thompson turns and shoots with it. Walked away by Thomas and back to the hash for the Panthers. That is number 22, Everett Thompson again. Strong arms his way around a couple Bobcat defenders. Up left one for Modaf, who has his shot blocked. Did not make its way through the crease. And Thompson with the puck once more, the captain. Nice play as Lampron gets a loose stick in the passing lane and gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Sam Bassich, and he takes a big hit by Mike Pulisic. Puck jarred loose and played on by number 28 ahead to Elmore, the goal scorer here tonight. Skates with the puck and works his way around a couple guys. Up out in front for Pulisic, shot through a couple men out in front to the corner for Oran to play. Left one for Modaf, stolen by Pulisic, number 28 with an assist. Leaves one for Crandall. Number 15, back to 28, Mike Pulisic down low. Helping them on is Brian Lubin. And Crandall reverberates off the board, gets a puck up atop. Waiting is Houston walking around Bassage, and he'll shoot it once more. Scuttles through the crease. Nick Gross picks it up along the other side as that puck kicked out low. Hands Drew Crandall behind the net with it. Trying to send one up to Turneau. He does. Over to Houston, who waits once more. Shot by Houston through traffic over the head of Reinold. Back along the corner to Gross behind the net for number 13. And he will send it up for Houston again. Walking is Houston. All the way around behind the net. A beautiful skating effort by number 11. Looking elusive out there. That was a very Chris Letang-like effort.
Yeah, Houston is definitely in the zone tonight, Shane. He's feeling it.
All the way behind the zone. He's buried along the boards at the back end of Reinold. And that puck will come up to Nick Gross. It banks off Modaf as he shot it through the zone. Over along to the right hash of Reinold, who throws his arm up in the air trying to signal his boys on. Finally, do they get it out of the zone? But the Bobcats with authority are able to get it up ahead quickly once more. Houston, a tired body out in front, and we will get a whistle here. Lemaski's trying to sort through what is going on the ice. It has been some fun stuff here for over the last 5 minutes. Back and forth game.
Some real fun stuff. Ohio's starting to take over in the zone, starting to, establish that forecheck. The shots aren't quite yet there, but the zone time's certainly becoming something for Ohio. Looks like we may have too many men upcoming here, Shane.
That might be what the call is. We're going to get a man going to the box. That is Sherman Mowry, who's heading to the box for the Panthers. And by default, I'm imagining that means the Bobcats are going on to the power play, Ethan.
That is generally what that would mean.
Somewhere they have been very successful here tonight. 2 minutes up on the board, and Ohio wins the faceoff. Shot by Gross off the faceoff. And a good effort by number 13. That puck back at the heel of the Bobcats right now. Mike Pulisic winds up, and it is kicked away by Reinold. Over to the right side of the ice. Gross with the puck. Slides it ahead to Pulisic. Over to Grant Hazel. Hasn't scored on the power play yet this year after collecting 6 power play bingos last year. Number 3 is somebody you're going to watch out for here, especially if he gets a one-time opportunity. A big shot. Left for Pulisic. Over for the one-timer by Hazel. Out in front, Craddock got a stick on it, deflected it over the head of Reinold, and swatted on the backhand by Hazel. He'll get it back down low for Craddock. The Bobcats circle around the zone once more. Up for Hazel. He'll leave one for Gross. Could not connect, and he'll have to leave it at his feet. Kicks it back to his stick. Misses his shot, but he has the puck once more. That is Gross.
Davenport desperately needs a change right now, Shane. They're gassed.
Evangelesti whiffs on that attempt, and they might get the change that they were clamoring for as Ogden slows the pace down, walks it back to his zone, almost messes that play up, but the Panthers are able to get the puck out behind Jimmy Thomas, and Ohio will have to regroup.
Yeah, good play there by Ogden to just retreat around with the puck for a moment, kill just a couple seconds on the power play. Anything helps.
And Houston with speed through the zone. Centers one there as he slided one to the crease for Reinold to save. Down low, now are the Bobcats. Lubin up to the hash for Evangelesti. Bayard leaves one for Houston. He is quarterback in the power play at the top of the zone. Entry down low as Bayard and Lubin collided at the net. Reinold was there for the answer for the Panthers. Lampron now. He's got a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 here. Great pass, and he buries it. A beautiful 3-on-1 development. Tick, tack, paddywhack, and Brian Lubin buries it. And Ohio takes a lead here again, 4-2. Now is the score. Brian Lubin getting rewarded here.
We were watching the Bobcats or the Vancouver Canucks, Shane, because they look like the Sedines out there on that last play with the amount of passes. Brian Lubin, the one to finish it off. What an exquisite amount of passes and a delicious finish from Brian Lubin there.
So I guess in this scenario, he must be Daniel then, hey?
I'm not sure. Maybe someone's Pavel Bure? I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a little bit before the Sedines time. Let's get our time zones right here, boys. But with that goal by number 10, the Bobcats take a 4-2 lead. Bert Arena's rocking and rolling here as the Bobcats skate in with the zone one more time. Drew Crandall paddled away by Reinold. And back out to center ice for Garrett Jenkins to play on. Up ahead to Cody Black, and an odd man rush once more as Elmore loses the puck. In translation, Cody Black picks it out of midair, and Crandall bats it to the point for Tommy Evans through traffic, and down low, smothering it is Reinold, and it's still loose. We finally do get a whistle. Ian Thompson reaching around. A couple Bobcats scrumming along at the front of the net. That looks like Drew Crandall out there, who was tied up with the Panthers down low. And they're not taking any favors that the Bobcats are giving them right now.
Now, this is the first instance of extracurricular activity we've seen here tonight, though. Shane, a pretty clean game so far. Head referee Gordon Mitchard is keeping him in line so far, doing a pretty good job calling a fair game. Looks like we might have some discipline being handed out, though.
Number 15, Drew Crandall, being escorted to the penalty box. And it looks as though number 24, Adam Guideblock, for the Panthers, will accompany him. So with that, we will have 4-on-4 action. 8:04 left, remaining in the second period. Shots 19-9 in favor of Ohio. Brian Lubin just scored to put his team ahead 4-2 here with about, like we said, 8 minutes left in the second. So at the halfway point, Ohio has got to be liking the way it responded after losing an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they're right where they want to be right now. Great finish by Lubin there on that last goal to go up 2. Offensively looking good. Defensively, despite that turnover that led to a goal, still playing a pretty good game. They have to avoid these mistakes. They have to avoid the sloppiness if they want to continue to run away with this game. Up 2 right now, most dangerous lead in hockey. We've alluded to that several times throughout this season. But Ohio has to keep playing their game. By no means is it over yet.
Jason Reinold for the Panthers, 15 saves on 19 shots tonight. He has received 4 games of action for the Panthers in the early season. His 5th tonight. Going decently well so far for Davenport. Ohio now with the puck behind Reinold is Kyle Craddock. Kicks it along and gets it out from behind the net over to the corner for Grant Hazel. He'll leave it low for Gianni Evangelista. Number 7 skates out with it. The candy cane stick checkering away and losing the puck to Everett Thompson. Picked up by Corrigan and skated out of the zone. With speed, he has a man at the other side of the net. That was Everett Thompson. Played well by Baird, keeping him away from the back end of Jimmy Thomas's crease. And the Bobcats will get the puck back out to the neutral zone. Davenport will have to regroup here as Everett Thompson wheels one ahead for Lale. Shot by number 5. Blockered away by JT. And it'll go back for the defenseman for the Panthers, Mr. Modoff, to play, number 42.
Davenport coming to life now, flying around the ice. They realize that they can't really afford to go down anymore. They know Ohio's a dangerous team when they get scoring.
Zach Frank with a bad puck play there as he lost that at the neutral zone. Dumped in by the Panthers. Looks as though we're going to get a whistle here as a stick goes flying behind the net. That was Sherman Mowry's stick. Maybe that is Sherman Mowry who was recollecting the stick, excuse me.
And Sherman got a hold on the twig, buddy.
Looks as though Everett Thompson will be joining his teammate in the box. Number 22, the captain for the Panthers. To the sin bin. We'll see what the call is here. As Ohio now with the man advantage once more, 4-on-3. The ice opened up, Ethan. It's going to be exciting for the next 50 seconds here as Ohio looks to capitalize on another man advantage opportunity. We've already seen them score multiple times here tonight on the power play.
A lot of open ice out there.
And they will possess the puck off the face-off here as Lubin moves it over to one of the goal scorers here tonight, Jake Houston. Lubin at the top of the zone. Down to Harkins, back up to Lubin. Over to the other side for Jake Houston. And they're deliberating slowly here as Harkins banks one on the one-timer. Almost got a lucky bounce, and that found the back of the net. Did not, though, as it trickled away from Reinold. The Bobcats with the puck once more now as Tyler Harkins skates with it and leaves it up top for Houston. Nice cross-crease pass there over to Harkins. Right shot there by Jake Houston, the left-handed shooter. Missed wide, but it was kept in by Nick Gross.
Great keep there by Gross, Shane.
Moves on over to Houston. Back. One-time opportunity for Gross. Puck kicks out, and Tyler Harkins with it down low as he succeeds to Brian Lubin. Number 10 takes the puck and strong arms one on the backhand to Evangelesti. One-timer by Evangelesti. Shot saved by Jason Reinold. The Bobcats have the puck again. Top of the circle up ahead to Jake Houston. He'll fake one there. Shot by Evangelesti. Might have gotten a loose stick on it. Was Reinold. That one was close. Houston over to Evangelesti again at the bottom of the circle. Picks. He shoots and scores. And Gianni Evangelesti with a maker's mark puts the Bobcats ahead 5-2. Their third power play goal of the night. Wow, that was exciting.
You just cannot afford to give Gianni Evangelesti that much time and that much open ice. Very skilled shooter. Shooters do indeed have to shoot. Gianni letting it fly right there, going to the upper corner, right over the goaltender's left shoulder. It's 5-2 Ohio. Davenport has to get a goal before the end of this period. They're starting to go down 3. Can't let it really get any worse, Shane.
That's his second point of the night. Evangelesti's 9th goal of the year. Number 7 puts his team ahead 5-2 with 5.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Not the proverbial nail in the coffin yet, but it's everything Ohio needed as it looked to secure another victory here tonight against Davenport. Still a lot of hockey left to be played. 5-2, as we mentioned, 5 minutes left in the second period. Shots 23-10 for the Bobcats. They've really dominated at things from about 10 minutes on in the first. And they have the puck down low once more. It's a collection of bodies. Jars at the bottom of the zone. Finally out to Tom Evans. Over to Garrett Jenkins. Number 29 has his shot blocked. It comes up high end. Falls back to earth, or back to the ice, excuse me, as Davenport banks it out the board off Pober's skate. And we will get a whistle here as Tom Evans plays it, and icing will take it back to the other end.
Shane, that last shot by Ohio ended up in the air for about what seemed like 45 seconds.
Hang time on that.
Yeah, it was great hang time. If it was a punt, that would have been a very nice punt, but I'm not really sure why the referees didn't call that one down.
I don't know if it rattled around in the rafters, so I didn't get any indication that it did, but it definitely hung up there for a while. We most thought that it was lost for a second, but
I'm just glad it came back. I think that was our last puck we have.
we would, I guess, have to forfeit the game here at the end of here. 5-2, we'll call it. I'm not sure what the circumstances would be if that was indeed the last puck.
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that, right?
Hopefully not. But it is 4:30 remaining in the second period. 5-2 score for the Bobcats. Evangelesti, the most recent goal scorer. Brian Lubin also getting in on the action this period. And Jake Houston as well. So a plethora of goal scorers for the Bobcats as they look to take a 3 or potentially more goal lead into the locker room. They have the puck down low. Drew Crandall now possesses it on his backhand, swipes at it, and leaves it for Timmy Turneau in the corner. Pinned along the boards by Thompson. Ian Thompson badgering Timmy Turneau, giving him a couple hacks and whacks, and he finally does get the puck out between number 16's feet. Up ahead goes Weisgerber, and he leaves it for Bassage. Centers one for Pat Modaf. Saved by Thomas. Loose. And the Bobcats avert a crisis there as it comes back out low. Modaf, one more opportunity. Jimmy Thomas. How did he keep that puck out of the net? Jeez. That was a save for the ages. And some scuffling down low is Weisgerber. And that looks like Sean Bayard Of course, it's Sean Baird exchanging a few words. Number 14 is a fiery customer for the Bobcats. Weisgerber, that more hotly contested of the two, it seems, though.
Looks like they're going to send Weisgerber off.
Yeah, he's going to get an early shower, number 9. Out of the lineup for the Panthers, Wade Weisgerber, heading to the locker room. I don't know if that'll be a game misconduct or whether that'll be a double minor. We will see what goes on here as the refs sort things out with the captains here. Clearly Davenport a little on edge after the Bobcats were able to get out to a 5-2 lead with 3.5 minutes. 3:45 remaining in the second period even. You don't want to see this game get out of hand. I think that Davenport has competed very well tonight. Let's keep it clean for both sides.
Yeah, I don't think this game's going to get out of hand at all. I think there's, an expected level of chippiness. This is a game of hockey. This isn't tiddlywinks or croquet. This is hockey. They're allowed to mix it up a little bit, and we see that a lot at the ACHA level of hockey. But yeah, everything remaining scholarly, academic, if you will. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Nothing wrong with a little friendly altercation, a little friendly disagreement. I know we have those from time to time. It's healthy almost.
You gotta have it. You gotta air out your grievances if you want to move forward. And these two teams will have to play on here. So after the two exchange words at the referee circle, the two sides will break apart. Jake Houston having a word over there with JT out in front of his crease. Jimmy Thomas has been big for the Bobcats, making 9 of 11 saves tonight. Jake Houston with a beautiful goal out in front on the power play, his 3rd of the year, his 2nd in as many contests here at Burt Arena. Special stuff for number 11, special stuff for number 30, and special stuff for the Bobcats.
It's a special kind of night, isn't it?
It is Dad's weekend here.
Dad's Fest.
November, you can play weekend. Everything, the stars have a line at Burt Arena, trust you me.
It's true.
Everything is going right here at Burt Arena tonight. Great atmosphere. We're having a great time here up in the booth. And it has been a great hockey game on the ice too. The score may be 5-2, but that does not reflect how this game has really been played. I think it has been a little bit more even than the score has indicated. I think Ohio has gotten out in front and has taken advantage of their opportunities. But as we saw earlier on, Davenport scored 2 quick goals to even up this game. You never want to count them out.
No, I think Davenport certainly, they only have 11 shots, Shane, but they have 11 high-quality shots. 4-on-4 hockey now at Science Burt Arena, Shane.
Open things up once more as that puck is murphed over the head of everyone. Gianni Evangelista almost caught up to it. Wasn't able to do so. And Jake Houston will have to settle it in the neutral zone plate. It up ahead to Kyle Craddock, and the Bobcats will go the other way now as they lose it in the zone. Picked along by Craddock. And Gianni Evangelista tried to walk the blue line. He cannot be a smooth criminal on that play.
I don't know about that call. I think he might have been on sides. But nonetheless, face-off upcoming outside of the Ohio zone. Looks like Gianni Evangelista is going to take it for Ohio. We're seeing who's skating to the dot for Davenport.
Is it too early to call Evangelista the Candy Man? Look at that candy cane tape job on his stick. A beautiful job.
It's beautiful. He's an artist.
You know who really popularized that?
Who did that?
Stanley Cup champion Phil Kessel.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think he has got one of the best candy cane jobs in the league.
Interesting.
Sherman Mowry now with the puck through the neutral zone, leaves one at the top of the blue line for Alex Hulford, all the way through the zone, weaved through a couple Bobcat defenders. Banks one on the netting, out of play for a whistle. 2:59 remaining in the period, Ethan. Shots 24-11 in favor of Ohio.
That was a great scoring opportunity there by Alex Halford. Just walks right in front of the net. Let's go, a good shot. Thankfully, it was blocked there by Ohio, or otherwise we might be looking at a 2-goal game, which is the most dangerous league in hockey, of course.
Halford, with 25 goals last year, has not scored yet for the Panthers this season. So watch out for number 89. He is definitely shooting the puck with authority tonight. Tyler Harkins collects one at his stick. Over to the other side of the ice for Jenkins. Directs one, and it is a beautiful tip play out in front. Mike Palasic bearing his head down and blowing up a Davenport Panther behind the net. What an absolute hit. You could see that coming from a mile away. That was Chris Corgan, who was the recipient of that brutal blow. by Mike Pulisic.
One of the first rules of hockey, Shane, you know it as well as anyone else. You got to keep your head up. Mike Pulisic teaching you a lesson about keeping your head up there.
Trust you me, I felt it before. When my head is buried, does not feel good. It'll make you think twice. And that's exactly what number 28 did. Saved there by Thomas. Once more to the net goes Everett Thompson, and Jamie Thomas is there for the answer. Collected by number 30. That was his 10th save of the evening. And the faceoff will come back out to the corner of the ice in the Bobcats zone. We'll get a change of men for Coach Hogan and for Phil Sweeney. 25 seconds remaining on the matching penalties for the two sides as well. Still 4-on-4 here at Bird Arena, 5-2 in favor of the Bobcats, as we mentioned. A tie game at one point. 3 straight goals by Ohio's Jake Houston, Brian Lubin, and Gianni Evangelesi pull Ohio ahead by 3 here as we enter the end of 40 minutes of play.
Everett Thompson, another good scoring opportunity on that last shift there. He's looked like a one-man show out there at times for the Panthers, Shane.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's leading their teams in points this year and why he has registered 35-plus in the last 2 seasons. Halford walks it in down low. Nice play by the Bobcats, and they get a high stick as Cowan clips Gross. He readjusts his face mask as Tyler Lale deliberates out in front. Shot by Lale, gloved out of midair by Jimmy Thomas for the save. Gives Jeff Cohen a pat on the back there. Or excuse me, Luke Cohen a pat on the back there as he skates through the crease.
Good shot there by Lale. We saw him score a goal earlier in the night. I know we were talking about Mid-American Conference football earlier. I have another little Max Sports update, a little fun one for you. Former Bobcats wrestler Tywan Claxton was making his mixed martial arts debut tonight for Bellator MMA. I just got an ESPN alert on my phone that he ended his fight with a spectacular flying knee. Congratulations to Taiwan for earning a win in his professional mixed martial arts debut.
I didn't know about that, Ethan. That's a really cool story. Ohio athletes succeeding at all levels and at all creeds. Good stuff. If you're a fan of the Bobcats, an absolute UFO as that puck comes across our site there.
This is
all
a
the way
rather
down through
spooky
the other
time here in
zone.
Athens.
Played on by Black as he receives pressure from 3 different Panthers. And finally, Ian Thompson is able to skate it through the neutral zone. With speed goes number 14. He'll turn on the brakes and circle around once more. Leaves it at the hash for the other Thompson, Everett. We cannot connect with his man across on the other side. Left now for Tyler Lale at the top of the zone. Played on by Thompson. Back to Lale. Shot on the one-timer by number 5 over the head of JT as he falls to his feet. And the ref waves his whistle. 53 seconds left. It looks as though we're going to get an
Interference call, Shane.
interference call. Jimmy Thomas did fall to the ice. I was not sure if that was because of him losing his balance or because he was pushed. I guess Davenport must have had a hand in that. So they're going to be heading to the box. That looks as though it would be number 16, Chris Corrigan.
Yep.
Who will be guilty as charged. And Ohio, with 3 power play goals already tonight, gets 53 more seconds left in this period to operate their power play unit, which has answered all the critics here tonight, Ethan. We saw them come in clicking at under 10%. Not the case anymore.
Yeah, if they can get the power play unit going, that could be the difference between an early exit in the ACHA tournament and another deep run like we saw last year.
Evans watches that puck come to his stick, and he'll leave it for his partner, Nick Gross. Over to Garrett Elmore, and he's having some trouble on the hash. Picked off by Guidelock, a shot saved by Thomas. And Halford pressures Gross once more, gives him the business down low, and strips the puck away from number 13 of the Bobcats. The assistant captain for the Panthers, Alex Halford. Nice play there. As DU pressures Ohio, and finally the green and white do get it out. All the way back to Reinhold. Tyler Harkins with pressure as Guidelock is pinched up against the boards. And there's a couple guys converging in the corner there. The entire body of players decides to get in on the action.
Nice little gargle there.
Runs out. That was kind of funny to see. I think everybody conceded that the period was over, and they thought they might all have a meeting there in the corner. But
Why not? Why not?
5-2. As you can see, it has been a very interesting night of hockey here at Bird Arena. 2-2 at one point in this game. And that we see Ohio with 3 unanswered goals reestablish the lead. A 3-goal lead is not the same as a 2-goal lead.
It's not.
A
It's
little
certainly
more
not.
comfortable as they head
a lot less
into
dangerous.
The second intermission, 40 minutes of play has evaporated off the clock here. 24-15 are the shots in favor of Ohio. We saw the shooters for Ohio get on the board. Look at guys like Jake Houston, who is a weapon on the back end, getting in on the action for Ohio. Brian Lubin scoring for the Bobcats, somebody who is in the top 3 in points.
That was an awesome goal.
His 12th point of the season. A special thing for Brian Lubin. And then Johnny Evangelista, just a shooter's shot. Buries one on the power play. Puts Ohio ahead 5-2 at the end of 2. Jimmy Thomas, 13 to 15 saves thus far. And Jason Reinhold doing his job on the other end for the Panthers to keep them in this game. It could be a lot deeper of a margin for DU if they didn't have the play of Reinhold tonight. So
yeah, we're starting to see Ohio open up those shots. They're starting to, get that high number of shots that we're used to seeing. A little bit of a slow start, let's be honest. And quite frankly, a little bit of a slow start to start that period, too. A sloppy play there in their own end, leading to a goal, 2-2. But Ohio comes roaring back 3 unanswered goals. Houston there with that great hesitation goal. That was assisted by Harkins and Evangelisti. Lubin there, that tic-tac-toe, how do you do goal, assisted by Evangelisti. Lampron getting an assist on that one as well, Shane. And then Gianni Evangelisti, of course, scoring that final goal there in the period on the power play. A great snipe. Like I said, you cannot afford to give him that much time and space. You just, no matter if you're on the power play, if you're down 2 skaters, you cannot afford to give him that much time and space. That deep in the zone, he finishes it like he can. And Jake Houston gets the assist on that one.
Yeah, Lampron with 2 assists on the night so far. 2, number 23 looking good on that first line with Cody Black and Garrett Elmore. As we talked about, Gianni Evangelisti, a goal and assist for number 7. And that power play unit, you saw them wait for their perfect opportunity. I think them being a little bit less deliberate with the puck and being a little bit more willing to find the perfect shot really kept Davenport on their toes. That was something that, as the power play unit kind of matured through the night, they've gotten better at. At the beginning, in the first power play opportunity, it was grip it and rip it, pass it, move it through the zone. But now you're seeing them slow things down. Jake Houston up in front, bang, waiting. I think that was a beautiful effort by the Bobcats, showing that they can mix things up. It doesn't have to be done one way for Coach Hogan. They've got a lot of bags, a lot of tricks in their bag, a lot of tricks up their sleeve.
Yeah, so, they definitely do. It's kind of been that way all season. It's been like a spectrum, right? Like, they've been on one end where, all they do is just shoot the puck no matter what opportunity. And then we've seen them overpass at times, that ends up in the other team just getting an easy clear out of the zone. But tonight they're finding that nice medium. They're not overpassing. They're doing a good job at passing, maybe passing up 1 or 2 of the good scoring chances for an even better one. Really great power play strategy by the Bobcats. And they're going to that one-timer a lot, Shane. That's definitely not an accident. That's something they've worked on in practice this week. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it has been a work in progress for Ohio, as we mentioned. Clicking under 10% on the power play, heading into tonight. And not that they're trying to change things up, but they've got shooters on the back end. Why not give them those opportunities?
Definitely,
guys like Grant Hazel, who we mentioned hasn't scored a power play goal yet this season. He's got a rocket of a shot. That is not somebody I would want to stand in front of coming off the back end. So if it's just an intimidation thing where you're leaving these guys opportunities to really put their all into it and get hard shots on the net, that is fine. But like I said, they've got shooters who can shoot. Jake Houston with an absolute threat of the needle to score a goal tonight. Gianni Evangelisti up in front. He's not a defenseman, but he's shooting from up high at the top of the circle. He's got an absolute laser of a shot. Same with Gross.
I would say that's definitely his favorite area of the ice, too.
If these guys are able to shoot the puck back there, why not utilize them as assets? There's no reason to try to keep them in some traditional mold as a defenseman when they could be kind of a rover-type player that is able to get it done on the offensive zone and in the defensive zone, too.
Something I've noticed tonight, more at the even strength, Shane, is that Ohio's taking less opportunities from the blue line offensively. We've seen them, work on shooting the puck.
They've been really sound getting back. I totally agree with you, yes.
Yeah. They've been shooting the puck, more deep in the zone, not from the blue line as much as we've seen in past weeks. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that right now, those forward units, especially on the bottom 6, they have really plugged and chugged. The defense doesn't really have to get that deep all the time because they've got really aggressive forecheckers getting the puck down low for them. But when they are called upon to get low, they are able to do that as well. And that's a propensity for the Bobcats to have those defensemen chip because they've got so many dynamic players, guys who are able to step back and fill in up top. When the skill guys like Houston and skill guys like Nick Gross go down low to retrieve those pucks out of the zone. So it really is an entire team effort. You need all 5 guys clicking, or in some cases 4 guys clicking, to really work what Coach Hogan wants to get done here at Ohio University. There's no single man effort here for the Bobcats. Everything runs as a team. Everything operates with the team in mind. So I like the chances for the defensemen to make themselves known and get on the score sheet by getting down low and contributing offensively.
You know, a guy you mentioned there was Jake Houston. I mean, this guy is having one of his better games in a Bobcats uniform, in my opinion. What isn't this guy doing well tonight? I mean, wow, Shane.
He has been a slick skater. He's been elusive through the neutral zone, carrying the puck for the Bobcats. Crisp passer. He's got the sauce game going tonight. Call him Chef Houston out there, cooking up the pot and the sauce.
Of course, yes, I understand.
But he's got everything going for him tonight. Dishing out passes, maker's mark on the shots. I think you're seeing Jake Houston really taking this position by storm. Not that he had lacked any confidence last year, but this is a guy who knows his own talent and knows his own ability and doesn't try to make any dividends about it. He's just trying to go out there, play within himself, not do anything he doesn't know how to do, but also highlight what he's able to do and showcase what he's able to do. And I think really the skating does allow him to do so much more on the ice because honestly, he is one of the best skaters I've seen ever suit up for the Bobcats.
It's high praise from Shane. A 5-2 lead for our Ohio Bobcats. Heading into the third period, we've got more hockey coming up. We're going to take a commercial break right now. Stay right where you are. It's Ohio 5. It's Davenport 2. It's Friday Night Hockey presented by AVW. We'll be right back.
We are live back here at Bird Arena, 5-2 at the end of 2, Ethan, in favor of the Bobcats. Goals in the second period by Jake Houston, Brian Lubin, and Johnny Evangelisti putting Ohio ahead at the 40-minute mark. Shots 24-15 in favor of the Bobcats after 2. They have shown a concerted offensive effort here tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely getting, majority of the shots, majority of the scoring chances. That wasn't the case when we opened the game. We saw Ohio come out a little bit sluggish the first 2 or 3 minutes. Davenport was controlling the puck. Ohio stepped up, obviously came into this period, up a goal, let a goal in early, like they like to do in the first period, or in the beginning of periods, rather, excuse me. It was 2-2, but Ohio 3 unanswered goals, like you mentioned right there. They're controlling the game right now. They're playing their brand of hockey. If I have one criticism about Ohio, it's they have to clean up their style of play. They've been a little bit sloppy out there. It's some of the guys you don't really see make mistakes a lot. But Ohio generally playing a good game of hockey. They clean up the sloppiness. We're probably looking at a very lopsided game.
Yeah, that Grant Hazel turnover, very uncharacteristic of the junior defenseman. Everett Thompson makes him pay. A nice shot by number 22 of the Panthers to get them knotted up at 2, but the Bobcats, as we said, do respond. As you look forward to the third period, Ethan, what does Ohio need to do over the final 20 minutes to come out here with a victory tonight? Just continue to play their game, keep pressuring in the offensive zone, or step back a little bit?
I think they got to keep the pedal to the metal, baby. I think they got to keep it going downhill in the offensive zone. We've seen them have a concerted effort, crash the net, really limit the scoring opportunities coming from the blue line, from the point area, and move it toward the middle of the ice, the front of the net. Really open up some ice for your goal scorers like Evangelisti and your improvisers, your rovers, if you will, like the Jake Houstons of the world. We've seen him have some of his better shifts as a Bobcat here tonight. So you just got to get your puck in your goal scorers' hands, and I think good things will continue to happen. They've looked pretty responsible on the defensive end outside of a couple mistakes, but just keep things going downhill. I don't think you can let up at all. This is a Davenport team that we saw, they can score goals quickly. This is an Ohio team. They can give up goals at the beginning of the period. So these first couple minutes, this first minute even, not a couple of minutes, we've seen Ohio give up goals just seconds into periods. They cannot afford to do that.
No, certainly not. Jimmy Thomas standing ground for Ohio between the pipes, 13 of 15 saves, making his 11th start tonight, trying to earn his 9th victory of the season here. 20 minutes separates him from doing just that. And the rest are back out on the ice here. Davenport's waiting at their away locker room. 3.5 minutes until the puck drops in the third period. If you're Davenport down 3, you talk about getting out to that early pressure at the beginning of this period, trying to chip away at this lead. What specifically do the Panthers need to do from the outset here over the final 20 minutes to get back into this game?
Well, it starts at the face-off dot, Shane. Ohio's been controlling the puck via the face-off dot. They struggled with that at the beginning of the season. We've seen them improve on that as the year goes on. Guys like Lubin, Evangelisti, Zach Frank is another man who comes to mind having a good season at the face-off dot. So if you're Davenport, you got to start winning the face-offs, whether that means just winning them cleanly, tying them up, getting some more help. So I think it starts in the face-off dot. When you have the puck, they need to, really establish a zone presence. We've seen them dump it in a lot. We've seen them, catch Ohio on a few changes, quite frankly. That's another part of Ohio games that they've been sloppy in. We've seen them catch Ohio on a few line changes and not just get up the ice with a sense of urgency, a sense of intensity. So Davenport going to have to capitalize on Ohio's mistakes, if they make any, and really start winning the face-offs, to answer your question of what they can do specifically.
That is all very good advice from my color commentator partner, Ethan Graham, a guy who knows a thing or two about hockey. Maybe the Panthers will heed his warning. Maybe Phil Sweeney will tell you to go pound rocks. We'll see. But as we look forward to the third period, about 2.5 minutes away, Ohio lining up outside their locker room right now. We're going to bring these guys back out to the ice. Looks as though they're making their way right here. So we're going to send you down to ice level as Ohio skates back out. Final 20 minutes up ahead for everybody here at Bird Arena. This has been an exciting night of hockey. Just what the doctor ordered, or what the dads ordered this weekend.
Yeah, what the dads ordered, what the Rex ordered. I'm not sure if I've seen this Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I don't see Mr. Rex anyways. Is Mr. Rex still here, folks?
I'm not sure. Maybe he went home.
Will the real Mr. Rex please stand up?
It does have to be hard for him. Like we alluded to last broadcast, all of his family is gone. He's one of the last remaining T-Rexes on Earth.
That is fabrication, sir. I saw another brother of his at Peden Stadium. There were 2 of them.
I said he's one of the last few remaining.
Fair. He's got brethren in Athens.
Yeah,
clearly,
there does seem to be an abundance of dinosaurs here in Athens County, does there not?
I told you earlier, is this Jurassic World 2.0? I don't know. I don't know what Athens and Ohio University's agenda is with all the T-Rexes, but by gosh, I hope they keep it going because we love Jurassic Park. We love the Cretaceous period, the Triassic period, every single one of those million or multi-million time eras, if you will. But
it was a long time ago.
It was. And really on time scales, we really haven't seen much, but we have been treated to a great game here tonight. And for these 60 minutes, I think we can all be thankful for that.
Do you think that with the Ice Age happening, do you think it's hard for the Tyrannosaurus Rex to be right next to a sheet of ice? That has to be hard.
I think he definitely weighs on his mind. It's probably why he made an early exit, Ethan.
Understandable.
Batted out the air by Jake Houston to start the third period. 59 seconds on the ticker for the remainder of this penalty to Davenport University. Ohio with the puck in its own end. Gianni Evangelesti skates up ahead with it and leaves one for Houston. Into the zone goes number 11. Dumps it behind the back of the net for Lampron, who waves it one, and he has his puck stripped by Basic. Flips one over Houston. Beautiful play there by Basic. Almost chunked one behind Thomas, and that puck will stay behind JT's net there as the Bobcats do get it out. Up ahead to number 23, Gabe Lampron through the zone. He was streaking, and he'll stop, send one over to Harkins into the slot. Comes number 22, batted off his stick by number 88. That would
Corey
be
Bussing, that
Corey
is, Shane.
Bussing. I couldn't see if that was an 88 or 89 there. But Corey Bussing with a nice play there. Shot there by number 28, Mike Palasic, over to the right-hand corner. And finally out of the zone, the Panthers are able to get that puck off the boards.
Shane, if you like skilled goals, this is your game. Another great opportunity by Davenport on that last chance there, almost chipping it around big-time Jimmy Tim. But 4 or 5 of these goals have been ridiculously skilled, Shane.
Sam Basic almost made Jake Houston look silly there with the flip over. Number 11, Jimmy Thomas was there for the answer to bail his defensive man out.
I would describe that play as Datsukian.
Very Datsukian. Bobcats win the faceoff. Tommy Evans flutters one to the net. Almost a lucky break there. I don't think Reinhold had very good traction on that as it came to his crease, but he was able to find it in his glove. How do you do?
Yeah, never a bad play to put the puck on the net. Certainly a strong part of Sean Hogan, Coach Bremner, and Michael Harris's strategy here at Ohio University. Always shoot the puck. Speaking of Coach Bremner, great mustache.
Unreal mustache. Honestly, probably the best in Athens, Ohio. I don't think I've seen one better right now. And he's got a full month to keep that thing growing. We'll see how it ends up at the end of November. We'll keep you guys updated at home.
We could probably take some notes from Coach Bremner.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him about it after the game. We'll see. Keep you guys updated on that one heading into tomorrow night. But with a minute and a half off the boards here at the start of the third period, the puck lays behind Jimmy Thomas. Cody Black having some trouble regarding that puck as Chris Corrigan chases on. Tom Evans turns one over out in front. Shot by Thompson. Batted down by Jimmy Thomas. For Halford in the slot. Out loose once more. Palasic finally gets a handle on it and gets it up and out of the zone. Jimmy Thomas with some bad positioning because he tried to recover off the first shot. Luckily, that puck didn't make its way to the net, or else it might have been 5-3.
Yeah, Jimmy Thomas coming out of the crease to play that first puck, but thankfully, like you said, Shane, no rebound opportunity.
Craddock wheeled one from behind Reinhold, took it out to the bottom of the circle, and shot it wide. He will skate to the bench as he looks to catch a breather there. Hacked into the zone by the Bobcats. Leo takes it on and loses his footing. Lubin sandwiched up against the boards by Leo as the two converge on the puck. Timmy Turneau out to help him out. And it's still tied up. Houston watches on as Lubin shoulders one of his men. We'll get a whistle.
Shane, Kyle Craddock came off there on that last shift with a bit of a grimace on his face. I hope he's not injured or anything. Did come to the bench on his own power, but appeared to be slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah, he looked as though he might have been pretty winded. He had a hard shift out there. We'll hope that is all that was the case and no lingering injury or new injury form there. But
Bobcats definitely can't afford to be losing skaters right now. They're already playing with 11 forwards.
By no means. Matt Rudin already out of the lineup they get Garrett Jenkins back tonight. That has really helped the defensive front. Number 29 on the ice right now as Davenport has the puck. That one will go into the rafters for a whistle. But if it does come back down, so for now we won't have to worry about that puck problem earlier.
Yeah, that is good. That one did come back, Shane. 17:03 remaining in the third period. Ohio, comfortable lead right now. But Shane, if we've learned something from calling games here to Science Seaford Arena, you never know what is going to happen.
Jake Houston trying to figure out what that what is now as he flutters one into the zone off the back end of the glass. Bobcats dish it back up top. Nice slick pass there by number 22, Tyler Harkins, over to Garrett Jenkins, and he will skate with it down low. Around the end and centered one out for Harkins. Could not get a stick on it. Number 22 looks on. He will receive pressure from around as Rhino looks on behind his left. Harkins with a diving attempt, gets the puck to Houston. Walks it over to Jenkins. Back up top to Houston. Out in front is Ogden, pressuring number 11. Threw a couple men in, and the puck is stripped off his stick. But it will come back to the Bobcats as Jenkins possesses it down low. He is taken down by number 40, Sherman Murray. No penalty on the play as Jenkins with the puck once more. Tried to walk one into the slot, and it was badgered away by Bussing. Out into the rafters again with a whistle. That will take things to the neutral zone. 15:59 remaining in this game. 5-2 remains the score. 4 minutes into the third period. Shots 25-16 in favor of Ohio.
Pretty defensive game here the first 4 minutes of the period. Shane, neither team really giving up a lot of space on the ice. Davenport knows they can't really afford to give up another goal if they want a chance at this one.
Cody Black with the face-off win. Back to Grant Hazel, his big-body defenseman. And over off the stick of Black into the Panthers zone. Played on by Guidelock. Around the end to Bassich, his forward. Works the puck back over, and finally out of the zone do come the Panthers. Bassich skating with it over the Bobcats' blue line. Directs one in behind Jimmy Thomas and watches on as his men forecheck in. That is Thompson at the circle, walking one back up top, leaving one low once more for Bassich. 17 with pressure from Gross. The puck is kicked off the Panther forward stick there, and Gross out with it now. Here come the Bobcats. Nice transition game for number 13, Nick Gross, as he has the puck at his stick right now down low on the left hash. Elmore with a wraparound attempt. Trickles into the back of the net. I think number 20 is going to get credit for that. Gabe Lambrun was out front. I don't think he got a stick on it. Is Garrett Elmore looked to have lifted on the puck, but it was exactly what he needed to do to get it behind Reinhold. Reinhold looking behind his left and realizing that that puck trickled in over the goal line. And if that does go to number 20, it'll be his second goal of the evening, his 6th of the season. We talked about him not getting on the score sheet of the last 4 games, answering that in a big way here tonight with his second goal of the evening to put Ohio ahead 6-2, 5 minutes into the third period.
Never a bad play to center the puck, Shane. What a score, Garrett Elmore.
You can make a rhyme anytime, Mr. Graham. A beautiful transition point here as Zach Frank buries his man, works his number 22, Everett Thompson, off the puck. But the Panthers will get it once more. Having trouble getting out of their zone. Zach Frank in the cacophony once more. Drew Crandall also with pressure. Number 15, Badgers, Everett Thompson, the puck loose again as Jake Houston retreats. Thompson with the puck at his blade now. Will direct it into the Bobcat zone. Tom Evans watches on as it goes to the other side for number 22, Everett Thompson. And he has it on his stick right now. Into the netting for a whistle. We will take a breather here after that goal announcement. The shots are 26-16 in favor of Ohio, a 10-shot advantage for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Ohio playing their game right now, a comfortable lead. All they really have to do is just stay out of the box and play a disciplined game of hockey, and everything will be okay. Shane, we've got a face-off upcoming. Bussing controls it back to the red line now. Dumps it in over the head of Jimmy Thomas. Hazel's going to give chase. Up along the wall now. Craddock and Hazel jaw for it. Bussing has it now, Shane.
And Busting center one out in front. Jimmy Thomas watches on as his defenseman Grant Hazel plays the puck over to Nick Gross. A beautiful exit out of the zone by the Bobcats. And they'll get stymied at the red line by the Panthers. They'll have to try that one more time, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Evangelesti does his best Darius Kasparaitis impression as he
nice
slithers
reference.
to the ice.
Strong reference, Shane.
Nick Gross will have to watch on as that puck comes to the corner now. Over to Grant Hazel behind his own net. And up ahead for Kyle Craddock. Don't go in the attic. Mr. Craddock centers one for Evangelesti. Shot there by number 7. Saved by Jason Reinhold. Got a glove on that one. Almost a beautiful opportunity for Evangelesti to pot his second of the night, too.
Yeah, that's a chance Evangelesti usually buries.
Down the other way, go the Panthers. Guidelock, who was coming down the middle of the ice, received a beautiful pass by Sam Bassage right into the breadbasket of Jimmy Thomas for the save.
Yeah, Hazel gave a little shove there after the play. We'll see if he goes off. I would not be surprised if he collected a penalty at all because he is going to go to the box, Shane.
And that'll be
nope, we stand
waved
corrected.
off. Yeah, it looks as though it's going to get waved off. Grant Hazel instead heading back to the bench. Tied for the team lead in penalty minutes early on this season with 28. Avoided number 29 and 30 there. And that is a good news for Coach Hogan. And the Bobcats don't want to be without number 3, number 1. But you also don't want to get down on the man advantage. And let
I think they got away
Davenport-
with one there.
Yeah, let Davenport back into this game. It also. Crisis averted for the Bobcats. The Panthers with the puck down low off the face-off win. Stolen by Garrett Jenkins and moved up ahead to Timmy Turneau. He skates with speed, number 16. Almost has a streaking Tyler Harkins off the back post. Number 22 cannot connect with the puck there as it comes to the corner. Timmy Turneau helping number 22 out down there. And Davenport will escape with that is Ian Thompson. Around Brian Lubin. And he's trying to will himself down the ice. Brian Lubin with some strong skating, able to turn that puck around. Shot at the blue line of the Davenport Panthers was Tyler Lau. Gloved by Jimmy Thomas. It'll come back in to the red and black zone here.
Lau has a great shot. Already a goal tonight. Definitely someone to keep an eye on for the rest of this game and moving into tomorrow.
Speaking of goal scorers, Everett Thompson through the neutral zone. Leaves one over for his man, number 89, Alex Hulford. Shot shouldered away by Jimmy Thomas. Another squeezing save between Jimmy Thomas and the pipe there. The Bobcats goaltender with 16 of 18 saves here tonight. Looking for his 9th win and his 11th consecutive start, Ethan.
Yeah, Jimmy Thomas, a workhorse for Ohio University. We talked about Evangelesti maybe finding his way into the record books at some point. Jimmy Thomas, as long as he stays healthy here at Ohio University, could do the same.
21,
just a sophomore.
6 and 2 is his career record. A 224 goals against and an 899 save percentage heading into this contest. Those numbers are only going to improve if he can keep it up here over the last 11 or so minutes. The puck trickling out of the Bobcats end. Pat Modaf will have to retreat to pick that one up for the Panthers all the way through the neutral zone. It hit off a red and black body at the top of the blue line. No icing on the play there as the Bobcats will go the other way with it. Garrett Elmore now 2 goals on the night for number 20. Looking for the hat trick. He'll shoot one into the glove of Rhino for the save.
Yeah, you know Elmore out there. He's going to shoot the puck at every viable chance he has. Would not be the first time we saw a hat trick here at Bird Arena. I know Harkins had one a few weeks ago, but Elmore, man, it would be special to see him get a hat trick with all these people here. There'd be a jubilee of hats on the ice, if you will.
Not sure if Garrett's dad is in attendance tonight, but that would be an extra special moment for him to share with his pops. If he is, we'll have to get word about that later on. But Garrett Elmore responding in a big way, as we said, hadn't recorded a point in 4 games heading into tonight's contest. Put on the first line by Coach Hogan.
Definitely making the most of that opportunity.
He has made the most of that opportunity for certain. 2 goals tonight. Assisted by Gabe Lampon, who has 2 assists as well. Also very effective on the first line. Arm up here. And the play will continue. Looks as though, I guess, Ohio will be the one heading to the penalty box. Zach Frank gets a stick on it. And we will have a whistle. Coach Hogan visibly upset with going on over here. He's chirping at the rest on the bench.
Yeah, you would know they're up by 4, by the way. Coach Sean Hogan coaches 100% intensity 100% of the time. You got to love that.
Frank looks absolutely baffled, raising his hands in protest, trying to figure out what the heck just happened. Why was there a whistle?
Definitely bamboozled.
On the play. And after some deliberation, it looks as though Ohio's still going to have 5 men on the ice here. They had the arm up, signaling a penalty.
Gordon Mitchard
but
down
to this
there.
point, no Bobcat has come off the ice.
Gordon Mitchard, Max Prexton, Corey Lemaski all look a little confused out there. They're conversing right at center ice right now. Lemaski's making his way over to the Davenport bench for an explanation.
It looks as though the Davenport skater will come off the bench at his guide lock, and he may be the guy who is headed to the box here. Adam Guidelock having a word with the refs as he skates to the penalty box. And after we thought Ohio was going to be down a man, it looks as though it might be Davenport.
Quite the change of events. Like we said,
going to
Shane,
be.
you never know what is going to happen at Osian Seabird Arena.
Pretty crazy here. We're going to get this all sorted out for you guys at home watching the broadcast and not in attendance at Osian C. Adam Guideblock now in the box for the Panthers with 4 skaters out there. It does appear Ohio will head back to the power play now. So just like that, Ohio with the man advantage here with the faceoff win. Jake Houston has a puck at the top of the zone, leaves one for Johnny Vancelesta. We saw him on the one-time opportunity early bury the puck in the back of the net to put Ohio ahead 5-2. He might get an opportunity again here as Jake Houston leaves one once more. Kicked ahead by Evangelesti.
Oh, great pass
Houston
by
again.
Evangelesti there. Great pass.
Shot by Houston through traffic, blocked away by the Panthers, and sent back out. That was Hodgson who got in front of that one by number 11, Jake Houston. And Evangelesti walks his way through the zone. Over around Bussing. Swiped away to the other side for Harkins. Batted down around the end board by number 22. Evangelesti watched on as the puck fluttered away from him. Finally kicks back out to Jake Houston. Centered one for Harkins. Over to Evangelesti. Cross ice to Bayard. One-time opportunity on one knee. Blocked by Bussing into the netting.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Bussing or Ian Thompson that got a hold of that one. Nonetheless, I think they saved the goal there. Great block. Davenport showing a lot of resiliency down for us, still blocking shots. Definitely not a pushover of a hockey team at all. Ohio in a position where it looks like they're going to come away with a W tonight, but tomorrow's game should be interesting.
Ohio really moving the puck effectively on the power play tonight, more so than any other weekend. I've seen them pass with authority, and that is something that they've been working on very hard, but coming out and getting results here tonight, making it look effortless so far. 38 seconds remaining on the power play for the Bobcats now. Hazel with the puck off the boards, down to Gross, and Nick Gross turns around with it. Number 13, badgered by Ron, and he keeps the puck at his stick, up to the top of the zone for Hazel. One-time opportunity by Pulisic, wide of the net left. Hazel with the puck in the middle of the ice. Watch more! Hey, Grant Hazel puts everybody to rest there with his first power play goal of the season. 16 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Bobcats. The extra point is good. Ohio with a 7-2 lead here with 8:41 remaining in the third period, thanks to number 3, Grant Hazel.
Yeah, touchdown to a safety right now. We talk about seeing Grant Hazel want to utilize that slap shot right there, more, and particularly on the power play. A great blast by Hazel. Man, that one had eyes, Shane.
And Ohio now with a 7-2 lead. And the floodgates have opened here at Bird Arena. After this game was tied up 2-2, the Bobcats with 5 unanswered goals, putting the emphatic nail in the coffin in this one right now. Everett Thompson doing his best to make things a little less ugly for the Panthers right now with the shot out in front. Thompson once more sweeps one around on the 5 and 10 opportunity. Leo tried to reach for one as it jumps up ahead of him. And they'll have to go back out and regroup. Goalie coming to the net for Davenport. We'll get a penalty here as that puck is ice. Tom Evans watches on. As it looks as though the Bobcats will be guilty here. And I don't know what happened specifically on that last power play. What was the cause of the penalty to Guidelock? I don't think we ever got an official confirmation.
I'm not sure.
But
that was odd.
You kind of wonder whether
this one's going to be a high stick, though.
You kind of wonder whether or not this one might have been aided by the fact that there was some confusion on the last one. Kind of a questionable high stick there on the play. We'll see.
I know we're pretty critical of the refs when they go against Ohio, but Ohio has gotten a decent number of calls to break their way tonight. Absolutely. It is a fact.
The second effort attempt by the Panther defender on the left side of the ice. Moving over to the right now, go Davenport. That's Chris Corrigan walking into the zone. Gabe Lampron with the one-ditch effort. Finally gets it ahead, and it's streaking Lampron is tied up. Nice back check by Bassett to work the puck off 23's stick. Gabe almost had an awesome opportunity out in front for Ohio. An even better effort by Sam Bassett getting back, keeping Davenport at bay here now as they skate back into the Bobcat zone. Behind the net goes Ian Thompson. Out the other way for Sam Bassett. Thompson low once more. The small forward leaves on for Corrigan. Shot through the crease. Out to the other side for Bassett. He will collect one and chip it off the boards. Moves up ahead for number 17 once more. Shot blocked out in front. Into the netting for a whistle. 6:52 remaining in the third. 58 seconds remaining on the power play for Davenport.
Big night here for Ohio in the goal scoring capacity. We knew Davenport has struggled in the goal differential. Came in at -6. They were almost double that this game. They're -5 this game for a total of -11, Shane.
Good map there, Ethan.
Thank you.
Ohio now with the puck down low. Jimmy Thomas watches on to his left as Zach Frank and Sean Baer converge in the right corner. Puck kicks back out top to Tyler Leo, and Ohio is going to have a chance now as Zach Frank swoops into the zone, gets a shot off, glove down and played on by Rhino. Frank up now as he took a hit on the play. Odd man opportunity is Everett Thompson's in behind the Bobcats defense. Big save by Jimmy Thomas. Sticks flying everywhere. It's a yard sale out there. We'll see what's going on here as Everett Thompson tries to send in one. Oh, it looked as though that puck almost fluttered in. And that was an optical illusion as it went behind Jimmy Thomas. All the way down to the other side now for Rhino to stop at his own goal line. A flurry of opportunity out in front for the Panthers. JT was there to make the saves for the Bobcats, keep this one at 7-2, Ethan.
Ohio got caught there, get another breakaway. Jimmy Thomas thankfully able to come up with a save there, but that is definitely going to be a point of emphasis in that locker room, is limiting those odd man rushes, whether they come on just bad pinches or bad line changes, wherever they may be moving into tomorrow's game. That's going to have to change.
And the Bobcats moving as a unit down the ice through the neutral zone. All 5 guys converging on the puck. A couple men converge in the corner, and the others will spread out as the Bobcats establish possession in the offensive end. That puck is at the top of the blue line. Crandall and Evans battling Pubar and Anderson up front. Picked by Gianni Evangelisti, and we will have a whistle here. Looks as though it's going to be an offside play, Ethan.
It happens. Offsides is a part of the game, and so is the ice, Shane. The ice has been an issue earlier this season, but the weather's starting to cool off. I know we saw a beautiful red tree on the way to this game, a nice fall.
We're trying. Unfortunately, we are not botanists. We're not tree connoisseurs. We were sitting there talking about this tree. We're saying, all right, what is this thing? Is this an oak? Is this a pine tree? It certainly wasn't a pine tree.
It certainly was not a pine tree. That much we could agree on.
We figured that out. We didn't deduce much more. But when we find out, maybe we'll take a picture and show you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We'll see. When we find out exactly what tree it is, we will be sure to show you. It was an absolute beauty. As red as the shoulder patches and the helmets and the pants of the Davenport Panthers.
Put me in a very autumnous mood.
It's a nice word choice. I like that.
Thank you.
Puck out of the zone into the bench. 4:52 remaining in the game. 7-2 in favor of Ohio. We saw Davenport face some stiff competition this year. Played a perennial national contender in Lindenwood. Played the number 2 team in the country. A 10-0 team in Adrian. Gets swept. They came out with the intent of playing the Bobcats tough tonight, and they did so through the first period and a half. But since then, Ohio really has just dominated the effort.
Taking over.
The last 30, 40 minutes of the game.
They've worn down
It's
teams
been
all year.
all green and white. And if you're Davenport right now, you're looking for a signature win to really get things going in the 2017-18 campaign. Probably won't come here tonight against the Bobcats unless a miracle occurs. But tomorrow, looking forward to action at Burt Arena. Davenport really did do some things well tonight.
Yeah.
That first period, they were very aggressive. They looked hungry.
They came out ready to play.
You could see the wheels starting to fall off the wagon as the game moved on. Ohio, probably the more conditioned of the two teams, the better of the two teams in terms of skating. But the skill is still there for Davenport. They really do have some talent.
Yeah, Davenport is a team, Shane, that is clearly better than their record indicates. I know they're dealing with some of the heavyweights of the ACHA with Minot State, Adrian, and now Ohio.
3-on-2 opportunity for the Bobcats. Center one out in front. Gross picks it out at the slot. And his shot is wide over Reynolds' head. The Bobcats almost making it 8 goals there as they had a lot of pressure converge in front of Jason Reynolds. Picked off by Houston. Scuttled away from Guidelock. And number 11 has it. Sweeping behind the net. Out in front for Lampron. Off his shoulder to the stick of Lubin. Lost. And Guidelock is able to bank it off the neutral zone board. And up ahead now, go the Panthers. A nice play by Weisgerber. And he's back on the ice. We saw him leave at the end of the second period. Not a game misconduct by any means, just a few minutes to sit down there. Centered one by Cody Black as the Bobcats go the other way with it. That was number 23, Gabe Lampron, almost getting a goal there as he dashed down the right-hand side of the post there. Oh my goodness, a great opportunity for Rodgin. He falls on the play, and we are going to get a penalty. Tom Evans.
I think Evans is going to go off for the trip there.
It's going to be a tripping penalty. An unfortunate series of events for the Bobcats. You think that he's just trying to get back, and he ends up getting lost and tied up with a skater from the Davenport Panthers zone. And just like that, Davenport will head to the power play. Tom Evans, 2-minute tripping penalty. With 3:24 left in the contest. This is pretty trivial, but if Davenport's able to score on this power play, as they head back to the bench, they're going to try to work out a game plan. Looks as though we're going to get a timeout called on the ice. But if they're able to score on this power play, maybe find a silver lining heading into tomorrow night's action in terms of what they're able to do and not giving up hope and keeping in stride with Davenport brand of hockey that they've been accustomed to over the last couple of years under Phil Sweeney.
Yeah, I think this is a timeout where you just want to compose your team. You're going to make sure no one does anything crazy, no one does anything irrational. You just want to keep things in check. You're going to come out here, you want to have a good power play opportunity. You want to be moving the puck around. You're going to be getting any of the shots you can. Good practice against a strong team. One of the better penalty killing teams in the ACHA, Shane, in the Ohio Bobcats. Davenport, definitely a great opportunity for a power play goal right here.
And the horn sounds, everybody's going to have to get back out to their respective sides. Reynolds skates to his crease. Jimmy Thomas watches on to his left as Kyle Craddock lines up against Davenport's Ian Thompson. Oron at the point, looking for the faceoff to come back to him. The Bobcats go the other way with it off the draw. Comes back to Jimmy Thomas, and he will pin one against the ice for the whistle. They'll have to try that one again.
Yeah, Jimmy Thomas is the guy who's not afraid to play the puck, but also knows when to freeze it. Good freeze right there by Jim.
Second opportunity and second faceoff win for the Bobcats. An absolute heat-seeking missile from Grant Hazel wraps around all the way to the other side of the end. Can't be kept at the point, and Davenport would have to regroup through the neutral zone. Come the Panthers, Ian Thompson, all the way to Jimmy Thomas, and he will make another save with 3:01 left in the action. A 7-2 advantage for the Bobcats. Davenport with 1:37 remaining on the power play, trying to salvage what has been a difficult night offensively for the Panthers ever since the end of the first period.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot in Burt Arena, Ohio, pouring the goals on late here. Davenport's going to look to sneak one by, though.
If you look at the shots, though, only 33-24, Ethan. Characteristically, Ohio has been out in front in that category against many opponents this year, but Davenport has really kept them in check tonight and has gotten some of their own a lot tighter than we are accustomed to. And I like to think that has been a reason why Davenport has looked so evenly matched tonight. They just haven't been finding the scoring opportunities, or are burying the scoring opportunities that they have been given where Ohio has.
And I think that starts with Jimmy Thomas and that Jimmy having another great night, solidly the Bobcats goalie, starting all these games in a row. Not really sure when he's going to come out. You got to ride the hot hand if you're Coach Hogan. But with that being said, the quantity of Ohio's shots very good.
Late into one is Tyler Lale out in front at the top of the zone. Crandall with a big hit on a man. And that puck kicks out to the neutral zone and back up ahead at the top of the circle. Shot there by Mowry in the slot. And Sherman Mowry buries it on the power play. 7-3 now. Sherman Mowry with the goal. And that cuts Ohio's lead 2-4 with 2:19 left in the game. We were talking about that moral victory on the power play opportunity for the Panthers. A flurry of action out in front. That puck kicked off the stick of 3 or 4 different players before Sherman Mowry finally corrects it and absolutely grazes one by Jimmy Thomas. Another beautiful shooter's shot, if you will, Ethan.
Yeah, too much time and space like that Evangelisti goal we saw earlier. Sherman Mowry, skilled player, not getting as many scoring chances as I'm sure he would like in tonight's game, but buries that one he does get right there at 7-3.
Shot by Elmore, kicked out by Reinold, over to the boards and played on by the Panthers out of the zone. Come Davenport right now. That is number 27, Jake Pubar, who shot that one into the end. We will get a whistle there with 1:50 left in the game.
I believe someone was just pranked, Shane. Someone came up to the nest thinking they had won the 50-50 raffle, but someone had already won. You just hate to see that one.
Like Lemony Snicket in a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, it truly is. If that was a novel, it would certainly be that novel.
Gabe Lampron with the puck, steals it away from the Panthers at their own blue line. They'll leave it back the other way for Garrett Jenkins. A couple ticks off the clock there. 1.5 minutes left in the game. The Bobcats will direct it into the Panthers zone. Out with it comes Pubar over to Thompson. And here he comes, Ian Thompson into the zone. Walks it to the slot, picked off by Hazel. Directed to the other side for Crandall. He'll get there first. Puck back up ahead to Anderson. His shot's blocked as it kicks out to the corner. The Bobcats, Zach Frank now with it. Into the zone goes number 21. Shot there. Out in front, saved by Reinold. And Crandall almost stepped on number 35's glove there as he made the save.
Yeah.
54 seconds remaining in the game.
Ohio up 4 with 54 seconds left, but playing like they're down 4 with 54 seconds left, showing no giving up, crashing net with a strong sense of intensity there, showing no letting up. Looks like Zach Frank, who's been solid in the face-off dot all season for Ohio, is going to take this one and win it back to Hazel at the point. He'll just ring it around. Bussing and Frank will fight for this puck. Frank chips it around the boards. A little bit of board play there. Back to the middle of the ice. Plastics has it. Frank goes flying. He lost his stick. Baird now has it, Shane.
Sean Baird with the puck. Leaves it down low. And a couple guys converging. Bussing with a couple hard knocks on Drew Crandall there. That puck comes back out to Hazel in a sliding effort by a defender. Wide open net. Baird almost gets the puck behind Reinold. He chunks it. And the net falls off the moorings, Ethan. 20 seconds remaining in the game. We will have a whistle out in Davenport's end. 7-3 is the score. Unless either of these teams find some pot luck at the end of the game, it'll probably end that way. Both sides playing hard through the first period and a half, but the Bobcats smothering Davenport over the last 30 or so minutes of the game, 35 minutes of the game. That puck out of the zone right now. Crandall lines up against Corgan. Wins that draw forward, number 15 does. And the green and white will watch on as time ticks off the clock. Stopped by Pulisic at the hash. Left for Crandall. Shot by number 15. Blocked away by Reinold. Time ticking down here as that puck trickles out into the Bobcat zone, and Davenport will run out of tick. A 7-3 victory here tonight, Ethan, for the Ohio Bobcats. If you are a fan of the green and white, you have got your money's worth. If you came on this Dad's Weekend, an absolute barrage of goals in the second period, an early third leads to a big victory tonight for Ohio.
Yep, exactly what the doctor ordered. Ohio was tied in this game. They came out a little sluggish. They were able to fight back, take a 2-1 lead into the second period. Davenport comes back, scores a goal there early in the second, but after that, Ohio just able to pull away a number of unanswered goals, adding 2 more this period. Gabe Lampron got one. This period, Grant Hazel let that slap shot fly that we were talking about. Good for Grant, assisted by Nick Gross. Nick Gross had a huge night here for Ohio. His first career goal, adds an assist there as well. And Murray adding a goal there as well at the end here as the Bobcats salute the fans here at Ossian Seabird Arena. Just a fun night, packed house. Can't say enough about it, Shane.
Yes, Sherman. 42, Wallaby Way,
Yep. Sydney, Australia.
Sherman Murray with the goal for the Panthers. Cuts it to 7-3, not enough as Davenport falls to the Bobcats. Gabe Lampron gets credit for that 6th goal, not Garrett Elmore. So correction there, number 23 was the goal scorer, not number 20. Couldn't tell if he might have got an errant stick on that puck as it trickled past Reinold over the goal line. It looked as though Garrett Elmore might have been the beneficiary there, but they do give it to number 23. So Lampron with his 4th goal of the season, take one away from Elmore, but both of them had a great night on the first line with Cody Black. Originally, Brian Lubin was set to be that first line center, but Coach Hogan elects to put number 18, Cody Black, up there, and he really responded in a big way, setting up both of those 2 wingers for goals tonight. Cody Black, I believe, just finished with 1 assist, but he paid huge dividends out in front. A guy that skates better than most here in the ACHA, a very fast, kind of counterclockwise skater, somebody who is not afraid to mix it up on either side of the ice, and good stuff for Ohio tonight.
Yeah, definitely a great team win. I don't really read much into the line changes. I don't really read much into Lubin being
Obviously,
moved off that first line.
he pressed the right buttons tonight, Coach Hogan.
Yeah.
Clearly, if they were able to put up 7 goals, not that they had any trouble scoring, but they only scored 6 all of last weekend against Liberty. And they already eclipsed that here on this Friday night. Liberty, a great opponent, nothing to take away from them, but Ohio really does find its scoring touch in front of the fans here at Burr Arena. Really special stuff. We're going to take it down to the ice real quick for the announcement of the 3 stars. There you have it, folks. Nick Gross, first star of the night.
Well
a
deserved.
Goal and a few assists. I think maybe one, at least one, maybe 2 assists for number 13.
We're not official scorers, clearly.
We'll have to double check that for you, folks. Unfortunately, we only have ourselves here tonight, no stat checker, so we're going to have to get those compiled there. Maybe at the commercial break, we'll update that for you guys at home. But Nick Gross, at least a multi-point effort, maybe 3, as the Bobcats win here tonight 7-3. That was number 13's first goal as a member of the green and white. Very deserving of that first star here tonight. That's something that all his teammates are going to revel in. They love sharing the wealth and getting these guys involved. And all of these rookies and or transfer students for Coach Hogan have really done exactly what they wanted him to do, or what he wanted them to do, entering this season. Play their roles, play them well, and step up when the opportunity presents itself. And that's exactly what guys like Nick Gross are doing. There's a couple of injuries out of the lineup. Not that he was going to really be challenged to get in. He's a great player, a great skater. But Nick Gross moving all the way up to the top unit with Jake Houston, making Coach Hogan look very smart tonight.
Yeah, you can't really say enough about those first-year players. I know you alluded to some of them aren't freshmen. Some of them have transferred from other clubs from around various parts of the world. But, I mean, it's not just Gross. Gross obviously standing out tonight with a huge game. I mean, Zach Frank has been big for them all year in the face-off dot. A good puck-controlling center, very determined player. You look at guys like Kyle Craddock as well, getting it done. First-year players. You know, that was a big storyline last year. Knew it was going to be another big storyline this year. Two great first-year classes in a row for Coach Sean Hogan, both this year and last year. Future looks bright for Ohio Bobcats hockey.
And speaking of Coach Sean Hogan, we have Jess Stark, our very own, down at the locker room with the Ohio Bobcats head coach. Jess, take it away.
Jessica Stark here with AVW Hockey as the Bobcats take that 7-2 win over Davenport tonight. I'm here with head coach Sean Hogan. Sean, so Elmore's goal in the first period with, in the first 3 minutes, how do you think that gave the team a good start for tonight?
For us, it was important to have a fast start because lately, going back 3 or 4 weeks now, we've had kind of some slow starts, but that early goal and then Lampron's goal to put us up 2-0 was important. And I thought we responded well once they made it 2-1. Our response this year, once the other team has scored, has been fantastic. Last weekend, after Liberty scored, we scored immediately after in 30 seconds both times. So we need to continue to do that for us to have success.
Great. Yes, definitely. So you guys had 5 power play goals tonight. So how do you feel about the improvements with your special teams here tonight?
Oh, it's been, it ebbs and flows in the power play. So I knew we were going to have a streak where we were going to start scoring some power play goals. It was nice to get, I think we were 5 for 5 or 4 for 4 tonight, which is fantastic. We need to continue to move the puck that way. We need to continue to shoot. And I think, an example like Houston's goal where he shot the puck on the power play from the middle of the ice, Hazel's goal where he shot the puck on the power play from the middle of the ice. That's how we're going to get our goals. It's not always going to be flashy, and we got to continue to do that.
Yeah, the power play looked great tonight. So I noticed you had a change up in the first line with center Brian Lubin, and you changed him out for Cody Black. What were your thoughts behind that?
On the line chart?
Yeah.
We just switched it up just to switch it up. Both of them are fantastic centers and do a great job. Our 4 centers of Frank, Lubin, Gino, and Cody do a great job for us.
And so Gianni Evangelisti took 3 points away tonight. So what are your thoughts on him and his playing?
Gianni's just a winner, right? I mean, he's our leading goal scorer, points, goals, assists, leads the team in GPA with a 4.0. We can't say enough good things about Gianni. He shows up every night to do it the right way.
And so Bird Arena was sold out tonight, and we have Dad's Weekend here, so we had a lot of dads in attendance. How do you think that affected their playing style tonight and, really amped up the boys?
Yeah, it was great for us. We love it when the building's full. It made the building a little warm. The ice got bad again, but it's going to be my weekly gripe, the ice. But we have a great crowd here. The tradition of 60 years in Bird Arena, it really can't be beaten all of college hockey. It's a lot of fun.
Great. Okay, well, we will see you here tomorrow night as OU takes on Davenport again here at 7:30. Thank you. Thanks.
And thank you very much, Jess, and thank you very much, Coach Hogan. Some great words by the Bobcats head coach. Talking about Gianni Evangelisti,
just a winner,
special player,
4.0 GPA. We don't talk about that enough.
That we need to mention. I think that merits a second recognition by us. Gianni Evangelisti, not only getting it done on the ice, getting it done in the classroom as well. A leader for the Bobcats, somebody who is smart beyond his years, who's skilled beyond his years. Really, really impressive to hear that from Coach Hogan, too. Something that we don't talk about a lot on this air, but it is a vital part of every collegiate hockey player's resume is to make sure that you're getting it done in classroom, too. So.
Yeah, definitely. Not just at the college level, or not just at the hockey level, any sport. I mean, these are student athletes, student first. So for Gianni to go out there, have a 4.0 GPA in addition to what he's able to do on the ice really speaks to, the culture, the kind of players that Sean and the rest of his coaching staff recruit and bring into Ohio hockey. Yeah,
I thought some great questions by Jess tonight, talking about the power play, really clicking for Ohio, as we mentioned. We thought there was maybe 4 goals. They are still trying to sort through exactly all that. Sean doesn't know exactly either, but a lot of power play goals.
Nonetheless,
tonight for Ohio, something that really did work well was the man advantage, and that was really started and ended by guys like Evangelisti, guys like Jake Houston, guys like Grant Hazel, and guys like Nick Gross, who get on the board for the first time tonight as Bobcats. Really special stuff. Jimmy Thomas also making his mark in his 11th straight start for Ohio.
Real quick before we bring it on home here, I know something Sean referred to in a lot of that was getting those power play shots from the middle of the ice. You know, he said this isn't a team that's always flashy with their scoring, but they take those power play shots from the middle of the ice with the shots they have, the Houstons, the Grosses, the Barretts, the Hazels definitely of the world. They're going to score some power play goals. I look for that to, you know, maybe be a continuous strategy on the power play.
The passing on the power play, too, was at a premium tonight for Coach Hogan's unit. I think their cross-crease resiliency, going back to it after it didn't work during those lean times over the last couple of weeks, they looked a little flustered, but they didn't give up on what their identity is on the power play. Continued the pressure, continued to point at what was working well and tackling that and finding the positivity, and they pay off tonight here with a plethora of power play goals.
Nice.
A 7-3 victory for the Bobcats. Looking forward to tomorrow. Ohio now 10-2-1 on the season. Davenport falls to 4-6. We have hockey again here starting at 7 o'clock with the Ohio Bobcats hockey pregame show. Ethan Graham, Shane Days. And for everybody here at AVW, we'd like to thank you guys so much for watching both our Facebook live feed, and if you end up tuning in on our YouTube stream as well.
Brand new YouTube stream.
Our brand new YouTube stream. We'd like to welcome you in from there to everybody on our crew has worked so tirelessly to put this together. Could not be made possible without the likes of them. For Ethan Graham, I'm Shane Days, and we would like to thank you all for tuning in. We hope that you join us again here tomorrow night as Ohio takes on the Davenport Panthers, looking to sweep another home victory in another home series.